yo, step up in the spot, it's that VeveVerse Ride, InformMint. Yeah, we live worldwide, come hang out, chop it up, kick some game. Tips and tricks, make your dreams take aim. Who's got the best space, who running it up? You flexing that heat, then you might get the dub. It's a battle, no hassle, just build and grow. If you winning this week, then your name gon' blow. VeveVerse Live, where the real ones thrive. Comics, collectibles, see it all in your eyes. Chat going crazy, yo, say what's up. We might pull your space on screen, run it up. Don't blink, don't dip, stay locked and tight. Dropping alpha so strong, gon' change your life. We got gems in the mix, them rare finds. If you're sleeping on this, then you're way behind. From the grails to the rares, what's next in line? Market moves we discuss, get your paper right. This the VV game, better play it smart. You fumble the bag, that's a broken heart. VeveVerse Live, where the real ones thrive. Comics, collectibles, see it all in your eyes. Chat going crazy, yo, say what's up. We might pull your space on screen, run it up. Hey yo, don't forget we got giveaways too, but stick till the end or you might lose your loot. You leave too soon, that's a rookie mistake. Gotta stay in the game if you wanna be great. From the city that never sleeps to wherever you at, this the VeveVerse Live, bringing knowledge and facts. InformMint, yeah, the name ring loud. If you ain't tapped in, then you missing out. Yo. Run it up.
What is up? We're here, VeveVerse Live. Look at you, Masterroni. Good to,
Just in time.
Just in time.
I'm fast.
I was eating my legs.
Oh, you were working your leg? Oh, wow. What do you, did you see? I got this new pre-workout. I didn't use it today because I ran. It's non-stimulant, so you wouldn't like it. But I'd have a heart attack if it had.
I actually need that. I need that. Too much stimulant, too much coffee for me.
Yeah, this
I
one
need that.
worked pretty good. It gave me like a little tingle though in my face. We were talking about it yesterday. I think it's the beta, or no, it's the beta alanine. I don't know if that's what causes the
Yeah, better tangle.
Yeah.
It dilutes your blood vessels and makes your
gives you like a good pump. It was
Itching.
pretty good. I'll let you know. I did a video for them. I'll see if I can get some like really good coupon and maybe I can send it to you. But anyways, it's good to see everyone here. VeveVerse Live. There's not really an agenda today, but Masterroni sent me some alpha that was on Randy Chavez and Doctor of Stuff, and of course Crypto Rain. They talked about it last night, and they had David Yu on. So we have some really interesting stuff to talk about. You know, we'll probably just let Masterroni like go through his space and show you what he's working on while we're talking about all this. But let's see who's in chat, and then we'll get this going. Fun under the sun. Good to see you were here a little bit earlier. Hopefully you'll be back. Good to have you here. Ronnie, yo, good to have you here too. I hope you're doing well. I actually watched the video today, and I saw Ronnie there and a lot of people in chat. In his chat there, Kachow, best podcast of the day. Thank you. It might be the first one of the day, so I guess I'm not up against much competition, but I'll take it. Pasternak, let's go. Good to see you. Hit the likes, and you'll see I shared below a link, or no, just above. Share that link so we can get more people in here, because we are going to talk the alpha that David Yu talked about yesterday. Some good stuff. So definitely Cosmic Disarray, Mass Omi, what's going on? Good morning. Good to see you. Did you see that he got retweeted by Assassin's Creed?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Cool.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that's stuff like that really does get us out there, and really cool to see stuff like that. So you know what? If you're out there making videos, or you've got a space, maybe tag those companies that are involved. You never know, they might tweet you out. We got Ace Rig Move. What's up, Brian? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Good evening where you're at. Good to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Did you get your paycheck from YouTube? Let me know. Lexi Evans, good to see you too. Glad to have you here. Wes is here. Non-stimulant, do nothing for energy. Okay, I almost agree with you, Wes. All right, but here's what I tell you. I've got a sleeping disorder, and I take a stimulant. I take armodafinil. And I skipped it yesterday because I have to be careful when mixing stuff. And I took this stuff, and I'm going to be honest, I felt like I had energy just like if I had taken my pill. So I don't know. I was kind of with you with that, Wes. I really was. But maybe. I mean, what's your thoughts on that? Have you taken a non-stimulant before and gotten any results?
For me?
You? Yeah. For you.
Yeah, I did before. Yeah, it was good. I think last time when I went to Romania, a friend of mine gave me a non-stimulant, and it just had a lot of beta alanine in it. It did a job.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, I mean, look, that's what I thought. Now I drink coffee too in the morning, so I still have a stimulant. added on. I just didn't want extra stuff, but not a bad point, Wes. But
Even salt by itself is good. You know what I mean? If you have like beta-alanine, these key ingredients, and a lot of
right.
sodium, it's already is going to improve your workout. So it's not useless. It's
Yeah, it's
you know.
not useless, but I get his point. It's not like because I've had the ones with the energy, and it can get crazy, for sure. We got the biggest bro in the house. Good to see you, man. I'm curious what his thoughts are on what we learned from David Yu last night, and again, we'll be talking about that here real soon. But good to have you here, the biggest bro, and Denny OC. What is going on? It looks like he finished his roof job yesterday in the crazy heat. It is hot everywhere here in the US. It's muggy. How's it by you in the UK? Is it pretty comfortable?
It's hot. It's hot.
It's hot.
The
I mean,
last
it is hot.
couple of weeks, but I'm not complaining. I was waiting for this moment, even though
Yeah.
we don't have AC here. So you know, it's when you go to sleep, it's a nightmare sometimes.
Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah. Like here, because on my third floor, all the cold, I got to shut my vents in the basement, but it gets so humid up on the top floor. Everything just goes up there. Acer got his paycheck from YouTube. You put it in 50% gems, 50% Omi. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. So, oh, yeah, here you go. Creatine has shown many great results of mitigating bad sleeping problems. Look into it. Just knowledge, if anything. Was it you? Who was talking about that yesterday? Was it Crypto? No, somebody said something about that. Oh, it's Pasternak, right? Pasternak was saying about the creatine. So I used to take it back in the day. I mean, we're talking 30 years ago. And my friend whose sister was a pharmacist said, don't take it. But we were talking yesterday, kind of, the science changes on this stuff. So, yeah, yep, it was passed on. So I am going to look into it, and I appreciate that because again, I take medication, so I got to be careful. But yeah, I definitely want to see what that can do, especially if it helps with that. Polls are shifting, my friends. There you go. Found Fitness. Yeah, my fitness podcast. Absolutely. Brace yourself. Ooh. The polls are shifting. Now, because they really are going to shift. You know how our polls actually shift? I don't know if that's what he's talking about. Yeah. Found my fitness podcast. I did. And there's some other stuff I want to look up on there. All right. So here we are. If you want to pull up your space, I can pull it up.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Let's take a look. So this is what you sent me earlier. Let me go pull up the email. Or no, this is from I don't know where you got this, but let's go ahead and pull this up. All right, so I don't know if you
I think Randy Chavez's YouTube channel, and someone summarized it.
Okay, yeah. So this is the summary that we got yesterday. So this is what we got. Veve is preparing a major, and sorry, I got to look over to the left so I can actually read it. Veve is preparing a major Gen Z focused product announcement for end of June or early July, which they were talking about. We're gonna hear soon. The goal: capture attention where digital culture and nostalgia meet, which I've been talking about for years. Gen Zers, my son, all these kids buying digital collectibles from video games and all this stuff. They're already prepped to do this, to have ownership and stuff that we don't like physically touch. Absolutely huge. So, all right, let's continue. Veve is working closely with IP brands and artists to add real life utility to collectibles. The Veve Gold and Silver logo started as a business card. Now it's a whole program for delivering perks and exclusivity. VeveVerse vision. In 5 years, the VeveVerse will be a space for identity powered by user generated content, which we're getting now. Of course, Masterroni. If you need somebody to build out a place, he's the perfect person to do it, a master builder in the VeveVerse. Home to comic shops, which we have with California Comics, who we had on last week. Dealerships, which you built a dealership. Concerts and mini games. Think digital Disneyland meets Web3. Omi utility. Now, this one was pretty interesting. Omi's utility will be deeply tied to the VeveVerse. David discussed token burns, long-term rewards, no founder dumping. I mean, they can say that. I don't think they would do it, but that doesn't secure it in my head. But if they say it, I kind of believe it. But you got to realize that you never know what can happen. Focus liquidity improvements, stacker integration, and exclusive drops for Omi holders are also coming. Yeah, he was talking about like maybe if you owned Omi, you would get exclusive drops, and he wasn't sure. David was talking about would it be on Veve or on Stacker. I would assume Stacker makes a lot more sense. David revealed they were in a 5-year lawsuit, which was interesting that he acknowledged that. They stayed silent on Omi to avoid accusations of price manipulation, which I think is fair. Plus, I guarantee you, because I've talked to lawyers recently about a big case, They don't want you talking about this stuff while the case is going on. So now that it's over, the team is free to communicate openly again. Big things ahead. So just remember, whether he's saying it's his choice or not, I guarantee you the lawyer said don't talk about this. All right, so let's go over that. Oh, that's the wrong window there.
I can confirm that was true.
Which was true?
That he wasn't allowed to talk about it.
Yes, absolutely. All right, let me go ahead. Oh, sorry. Come back on, Masterroni. Oh, my bad. I meant to add you to I took you off by accident. This is what I wanted to do. I'm going to take off. I wanted to add you to the stage, and I'm just not good at this stuff here. I'm going to take this off.
You want me to do it?
No, I got it. We're good now. I'm going to just make this bigger so we can see this. All right, there we go. Now we got a bigger screen. If I need to pull up my screen, I will. I am going to pull up the chat though on here. We'll get that up here so everyone can see the chat. Oh, I might have to move you over again. Damn it. It's effing StreamYard sucks balls. All right, here we go. There we go. All right, sorry about that, everyone. I'm not good at this thing. All right, let's go through chat and just see what we got. Creatine episode, yeah. Is my face still? It is still red. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go look at that. It's all right. I don't feel red. I don't feel hot, but you're right. It is red. It's crazy. Found My Fitness, been a huge fan and follower of Dr. Rhonda Patrick. Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely check into it. Definitely hot working in the shade today. Good. Stay safe. That is what I'm talking about. Keep up with your electrolytes. Definitely, for sure. Tucson is here. Let's see. He didn't confirm that. He said a bunch of maybes and soons. Nothing concrete other than an announcement in the next few weeks. Well, not Ron. And good to see you, Big A and Loki. So obviously, whenever we get anything like this, Masterroni, it's never definitive. We could speculate that maybe he dropped stuff that maybe he wasn't supposed to talk about. I don't know, but it seems, I'm just happy they're talking, right? And letting us know what's going on in their head, if anything. But yes, nothing is definitive. But like from your perspective, did you feel, Masterroni, that like this is where we're going to be heading? Marketing towards the Gen Zers, I think, is huge. And that was one of the big points.
Yeah, I remember he told us that in the London. So I wasn't sure what he's talking about. Then I kind of realized. But yeah, it's a huge thing for sure.
So, okay, so he wasn't, this isn't, and that's interesting because obviously Masterroni was in London for the big meetup there, and you heard stuff that you weren't able to talk about, but it's obviously something they want to promote and put out there. So I think that's cool.
Yeah, he didn't give too many details about it, in that interview. So I'm still shocked that he said some stuff, but yeah, you know how Dave is. I have a feeling sometimes he just says stuff that he's supposed to say.
He gets
but yeah,
excited.
I think that's tied. I'm not sure. I don't know, but I think that's tied to the big announcement. I think so.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, that sounds good. I hope so. All right. So Macario, I hope I said that right. The Raging Bullpen. Yeah, I'm just excited. And it sounded like David even went a little bit longer than he was supposed to. So he's excited to get some information out and said he would be showing coming back on the show. I'm still trying to get him on. I'm in the works to get that done on here. What I don't want to do when I have him on is do the same thing everyone else has. I wanted to kind of make it fun and whatever. So working on how to pull that off. But yeah, so if I'm just going to take a quick look at this again. So focusing on Gen Z to me has been in my head. If we focus on baby boomers and pre-boomers like me, I mean, we're kind of out of the game, right? Like we're here. I'm excited to see what's up. But like the reality is these 14, 15-year-olds, 2, 3, 4 years, those are going to be the people that have been prepped. This is all they know. And his example, which I really liked, was like, if you try to show him a phone, right? Like even a cell phone with buttons on it, the new phones don't have buttons. It's just, most of them just have a screen and it's electronic. They wouldn't even know a rotary dial or anything like that. All they know is electronic and digital stuff. So I think we're definitely prepped on that. Fantastic Four looks good. Just talked about more hashtag soon. Is that how you feel, Wes? I mean, I know Wes wants big news on Omi. He has a big investment. And honestly, Wes, I mean, although it wasn't guaranteed, like Big A saying a lot of soons and maybes and stuff, kind of it got me a little bit more excited. Like, I'm not going to run out and go get a bunch of Omi right now, but I can see the future, and I can see that they want to burn. And one of the big things they were talking about Masterroni, which I thought was really cool, was the comic book burns. Now, we've heard this before, but he completely acknowledged the fact that we've got these comics that have 60,000, and we've got to thin out the herd. We got to make sure that Omi does well. We got to make sure that these comic sizes that were just too big to start off with, those get burned. What do you think is going to happen? It sounds like what we talked about for years, burning comics to get something else. You think we're going to actually get that?
I think their plan is in the future to burn everything to get something else, because it helps both the business and the people that collect them. So if you have multiple of a comic, like I know my MC keeps saying on and on in the past that they have plans with all the 10K editions comics, for example. So I assume they have plans with those specifically, since are the most important, like maybe to burn, to craft something specific. But the only thing is that I'm expecting for them to charge even for burning. So if we have, I don't know, let's say you burn, I don't know, 5 common Seeker Amazing Fantasy 15 for a Seeker, for something else, I'm expecting still to charge you like 5 gems for a craft.
Okay, which
So
is
we need to
fine.
keep in mind that I'm not expecting them to give us stuff for free just for holding specific stuff. They did it
At
in
least
the
not a
past one
lot.
time with the black and white, if I remember. But other than that,
Yes,
if you look at everything else, they always charge something because they still.
there's
But
a
it's
cost.
it's still good. It's still good in my opinion. Even if they charge like 2 gems, 5 gems, whatever,
Totally.
for you to get something better, they keep adding value to the old stuff. Even if it doesn't craft out. Like look at Doctor Doom Mighty. Like most of the Mighties, not all of them, they're still holding value because they uh
But some
they
got
have
burned to get
utility.
the and they have
Yeah.
utility. And I think it's okay to charge something. I remember with, like, I used to play Rock Band a lot, and every new release, sometimes you'd have to pay a small fee, like $5 to transfer the license. I think it's okay. I think that's what it is. And I'm completely okay with that. Big A saying he brought up a bunch of POS things. He said he was looking into. That's good. Just pointing out, he never said any concrete. Yeah, he was very clear. I'd like to see Omi utility in VeveVerse. It's not confirmation. More is coming. Yeah, it's definitely more talk, which we get a lot of. And we were going to get a information on a big IP. I guess, was he saying, Masterroni, and let me know in chat, was he basically saying that same thing that we're supposed to get like this week is going to come in the next couple weeks now? They're delaying this, like Wes is saying, no timelines or roadmaps for Omi. Yeah, I understand that, but if they're talking about it, that's good. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, they delayed everything. I don't know what else to say.
Right, they
I don't know
positive.
why.
Yeah, positive. Got it. Like, say, my issue is sometimes reading things. My comprehension isn't great. It's not right away because I'm doing multiple things. Yes, positive. He just didn't want to write it all out. Splint, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. No one likes crypto bros. Is that true? Yeah, I guess a lot of people don't like crypto bros. I mean, I'd like to see having the owners have a tremendous amount of Omi, and I've seen Wes talking about this, and not burning stuff. Wes has been talking a lot, like, burning, I think, what is it, 30 million Omi they burn. That's all they burn. It's nothing when you're talking billions, right? We've got to get into burning billions to make any effect. Even a billion a year is gonna eventually eat away, but it's still not that much. So yeah, we got to figure out how to burn, and I'm not sure how that is going to work. Split saying, wasn't impressed with what David said, to be honest. Too many future ideas, but need to see something now. Fair enough. I think that's fair. Yeah, David is the vision. He's not best for interviews. He's a dreamer, for sure. I hope, and what's up, Digital Vibe? Good to see you, and you are a member. Good to have you here. I hope the crafts are burn 5 to 10 comics and get X, get this or that, whatever this. If you do a 1-to-1 burn and charge for it, hardly any will get burned. Yeah, I completely agree. What do you think about that, Masterroni? Because I know a lot of people bought some comments and stuff to burn. Yeah, I think you need to burn 5 to 10 of these things, knowing the value now. Burn them to get something, 5 gems. Really, really thin out the herd, right? Because how are you going to take that many off the market of 60,000 if you're not burning at least 10? And the other problem is if you say take this comic and burn 10 of them, and you get 1,000 people to do it, that's still only 10,000 out of 60. So I don't know how that's going to work. That's an interesting question.
And we'll see.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens. And Wes is saying, yeah, we need some OMI implementation, not now, not more make believe or what could happen. Wasn't it Dr. Stuff that was talking about like buying stuff with OMI that will have value in the marketplace? It would obviously have to be like a Veve IP, right? But that could burn a lot of OMI. Now, who's going to spend? Still, how does this work? If you get 1 million OMI and it's 180, $200, who's going to spend that much to burn that much? That's my big problem. Like, how much would you burn if you're going to burn 1 million OMI? Which still, you need 1,000 people to burn 1 billion. That's really going to be hard to get that much spent. Like, I don't know what kind of system, and maybe Big A, you have a better knowledge of how this could be done. I mean, do you think like David, you and Dan would just like throw some of their OMI that they own and throw it into a burn wallet? Like, is that even a possibility? Would they do that? Because that to me seems like what they'd have to do. Do you think they would do that?
I have no idea. Probably.
I mean, if they were to take each, do you know how much they own? Do you know how much OMI they each own? How many billions?
No.
So, I mean, if they were to take, let's say, 1 billion each and throw it into a burn wallet and just burn it right away, just to show some goodwill, I think that could have some impact on the price and stuff. But we need some long-term stuff. And Wes, you're going to be there telling them what to do, and I appreciate that. All right, just real quick, and we'll get back to what the David talk on Omi is my homie. What are you working on here? Because right now, are you still having issues getting inviting people? That's been an issue.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah, I'm still waiting on that. I'm lucky that both of my last 2 clients, they decided to continue to do some more stuff. So I'm still working extra on those 2, on the pyramid and the Lamborghini showroom. So yeah, I'm trying to finish the racetrack because that's not finished yet. Just because he put a lot of Lamborghinis and added a lot of megabytes, so that made it very difficult for me to. It's just super laggy. But I just told him, hey, if you take out all of your collectibles, then I can continue building. So I'm doing that.
Okay, I'm gonna try to work on see if I can take out some of this color here. I don't know. That made it worse. I don't know what's going on here. Why I'm so red. Yeah, I have no clue what's actually coloring it. Here, we'll just keep it there. All right, yeah. So if you've already been invited into a space, you get to do, but you can't be invited into new space to work on stuff. Is that correct?
You can be invited as a creator or builder. No, as a visitor and creator, I think, but not as a master creator. There's three of them.
Right.
So
Which is
master
what
creator meaning that you can put shapes, which is obviously useless for me if I can.
right. You basically can't do your job. I mean, I sent
Yeah.
something to them. They're aware of it. They say they're working on it, but hopefully they'll get that done quickly. Ace Rig saying 100 packs buying USD 100 OMI per month. Let's go. Let's see. Wes is saying Dan and David each own 30 billion OMI. Absolutely crazy number. So yeah, like maybe, it's hard to ask somebody to say, hey, take some of your money. Now, of course, the liquidity isn't in there for them to just sell. If they were to sell, it'd be over. But even if they took 500 million each and burned it, so we lost 1 billion of theirs, it would show goodwill, right? Like it would show goodwill. But I don't know how much effect that would have. Big A would know more about that. They asked him specifically about burning his OMI, and he dodged it and said they want to have resources to support the future and maybe could reward long-term holders. Yeah, and I did hear that, and they did talk about. I didn't quite understand that though. Rewarding long-term holders of OMI. Like, how do you determine that? The ones that have been in Veve on their wallet that like have staked basically their OMI. Is that how that would work? I'm screwed then. Pay a dividend, basically. Yes, that would be fine. Are we sure it's 30 billion? Because I have David Wald's address and I've only seen 1 billion. Well, I don't know. Wes, it's your time to fight this one out. Let's get the gloves off and fight. But I don't know. Okay, here we go. The only question came at the end, so you could play those 4 minutes if you wanted to clarify. Yeah, we'll go. I will pull those up here in a second. We'll play that so we can all hear what he said. Big A, if you can, and I know you're doing a lot of work. If you can, DM me that where it starts, and then I can do it. But if not, no worries. People just want to see prices go up. Asking both owners just to burn their token seems like a weird request, to be honest, to show good faith. Well, no, okay, let me state it a little better. I don't think they should just do it willy-nilly. I don't think like they should be like, hey guys, we just decided to burn 1 billion OMI each or whatever. I think it should be obviously incorporated with all the stuff that they're doing. So for instance, if they were to promote OMI and a burning mechanism more than what we have now, then they would say, also guys, we each own 30 billion, whatever the number is, we're going to burn 1/30th of what we own to do it. But yes, I agree, just to have them do it. But I'm also just thinking this through out loud. So Digital Vibes, if you have an option that you'd like to see or that you think would help, I'd love to hear what would be a good idea. Tom, if they sell it all, I buy up 60 billion OMI. There you go. Tom will buy it all. Tommy, he said their OMI is still on GoChain, but will be moved in the next few weeks. Now, that I did hear that it was still on GoChain. I was like, what? Really? So I don't know. You won another award a few weeks ago. Yeah, that'd be awesome if you could timestamp it. How much is 60 billion? Well, how much is it? What are we at? It's just under $200 for $1 million. That's a lot. That's 1,000 million times 60. So there you go. What's that? 200,000 times 60. That's your number. David and Dan have all their 30 billion OMI still on Go Collect. So maybe is that why we're not catching it on their wallet? Veve Magic in the house. What's going on? By the way, I retweeted. They've got her show with emoji. I can't even think today. Veve Magic, if you have the link to that, put that in here. And she's also going to be doing the Stitch drop tomorrow with Steph. So I am not going to do tomorrow's stream so they can have the spotlight. I might try to snipe the market, so I'll probably be listening in to that. But yeah, I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow. But Veve Magic and Steph will. They're going to take over the space with this Disney drop. So I'm excited to see that. So 12 million cover it. Yes, I think 12 million would cover it. Wes, then why does he have 1 billion in his MetaMask wallet? I would assume that he moves his stuff around. If 100 people each buy $100 worth of OMI every month and consistently post about it on X, it could create a wave of excitement and FOMO. Yeah, we're going to have to create some excitement, though. 5.7 million to buy that. David and Dan almost have to burn some of their OMI for token survival. And so when we get to that point, I guess we could do it. But like me, just to say, hey, just burn $1 billion each for goodwill. I think they probably will have to do it, but I don't know how you implement that at all. Randy just burned all his OMI to show goodwill, right? That I hope not. He would not do this. This crypto stuff will always confuse me a little bit because I equate it to fiat too much. Yeah, it confuses me a little too. The Stitch show with Steph was. No, he said you're doing the drop tomorrow. I thought Veve Magic. I thought you're actually covering the drop tomorrow. Are you not covering the drop? I'm confused. I thought that's why I'm not covering it, because I thought you were covering the drop. School me. What did I get wrong? That's what MC told me. So I'm like, oh, I'll just not do the drop. Dave and Dan should give everyone all their OMI. I don't think that's good. Okay, so there's the link. To go see Veve Magic and emoji. Go check it out. Yeah, it's a live premiere in an hour. No problem. Absolutely. Imagine asking someone to burn paper money to make paper money prices go up. But you got to, the thing with crypto is by them burning stuff, it actually can make their bags worth more. Okay, Sentient, we'll take a look at that here. I'll pull that up in a second. That new NYC mayor guy will make us burn. No, come on, man. Let's see. How does a founder burn 30 billion causing a major pump? Wouldn't that make it illegal? No, burning wouldn't. I think burning would get people excited because the people who own it will probably try to dump some, right? Like if they burn a lot, that will make it go up, but it would pump. It just depends how they do it, I guess. Let's see. It's a rental now in prison. Nope. Not doing drop day, leaving for can't. Oh, you're kidding me. Oh my Lord. All right. Well, then I got to figure it out because I thought that's what MC had said, that you were actually covering the drop. Maybe he meant something different. I don't know, but okay. All right. I guess I got to rethink that if I'm going to do it or not, because I was not planning on, I kind of set a meeting. How does the world financial capital end up with this? Oh my Lord. More politics. Nobody cares, Tucson, except you. All right, let me go ahead. We're going to pull up David Yu talking about the OMI here. Thanks, Big A. 31-minute mark. Let me go. I'm going to get this set up, and then I'll take you off. Here, let's go to 31 minutes. All right, let's get that. All right, here we go. All right, I'm going to pull you off for a second. Masterroni, just your video right there. Let's go ahead and pull this up here. Let's go ahead and share this. All right, hold on a second.
The question from Turtle Golf that said, like, I'll just put it in my own words. People like Crow the Doge that got his name off of buying a big bag of Dogecoin and not being able to sell.
Let me know you can all hear this.
From. You also have that with Shiro. They'll have their comic on VV later this year. Same with the cat. You can't really sell or else it doesn't look good. You guys also have that kind of illiquid problem where you guys have so much OMI, it's a large amount of supply. You haven't sold. It doesn't look like you can, because if you do, you'll have a lot of FUD. But even if you wanted to, there's not a lot of liquidity here for the token. Have you guys thought about burning? Yes or no? And if yes, how have you thought of it as far as burning and putting a percentage?
If not all our token right now is still on Go chain, so we're probably gonna figure it out next couple months to move it off.
I'm trying to pull.
That's number one. Number two is both myself and Dan, we obviously we co-founders of the business, and we do care about the ecosystem. And I think a lot of the audience had not seen, the things that we're going to be rolling out, that utility of it, and and burning is one of the option. Maybe rewarding our long time holders with our founders token could be another option. We really think that VeveVerse will have eventually will be transact a major part in that OMI anyway. So we may need that extra reserve what we have to help circulating that. I guess your question was more liquidity. If someone was to sell, but if someone was to use it up in VeveVerse building things and using it up, it will be a different matter. So it's always about finding that fine-tuning balance. You can't really run a world of a metaverse world without enough of something. And also we're quite, I do follow the real world economy. So that inflationary is going to be a key part as well. We also don't want to see certain things just goes up and then it crashes down. I'm more of, we both very grounded to the ground on earth here. We realize, we understand what needs to be done, what needs to be tweaked in the system, in the ecosystem to ramp it back up. So over the time we'll see. And we definitely not one of those people who will just dump what we have ourselves onto the market to see
that's good to know
more negative impact onto it. So yeah, but we'll announce these once we figured out what we think the best way to do it.
Obviously, I think you'll know which one I'll lobby for. But anyway, we thank you. I know we were supposed to get you out of here a few minutes ago, so thank you for staying over.
I think
Just real quick, we're just watching David Yu was on Randy's show last night. Omi My Homies, not what it is, something like that. Anyways, this is just finally talking about Omi. Jeff, good to see you here. Let's go continue here. It's not that long.
Doc, you have one more question. I'll be happy to answer that if you want.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, because it is the Omi is My Homie show, and I didn't get to ask any question.
Sure.
So, a couple things. Look, I'm wearing my Portugal shirt. I think it was awesome to see Veve in Portugal, right? At this NFC conference, this non-fungible conference, and where you guys talked about the Omi token kind of for one of the first times, like publicly in a long time, right? And so there's been a lot of questions in the community about, they'd seen that you and Dan really hadn't really talked about Omi for quite some time. You're starting to talk about Omi. So the first part of the question is there some reason why now you guys are able to more talk about it? Is it just the right timing, or anything that you can discuss about that? But then also, a lot of people here are trying to, all of these questions are kind of based on what's the utility for Omi going forward. Like, we have the bronze tickets, but in the past we talked about land sales where we could buy Omi, or even like Omi specific drops, or like even if it was just like planter, boxes for things in the VeveVerse, right? That didn't have anything tied to IP, or Veve specific IP, where we could use Omi tokens, and by doing that, it would burn some of those Omi tokens and stuff. So if you could kind of just talk about like what's allowing you guys to talk about Omi now, if you can, and then also what are some of the mechanisms you guys are thinking about going forward, especially tying in some of the things that you guys talked about beforehand, with land sales or anything that can be used for Omi.
Yeah. So I think that these are great fellow questions, and for our audience out there, we want to thank you for being part of Omi, and Omi is my homie. A key part why we haven't talked a lot about in the past is because many of you probably will have known that both myself and the company, we were in a court battle, which we recently got a judgment decision that Ecomi was not in any wrongdoing. And during this period, and by the way, this court case has been going on, it's gone so long, it's up to around 5 years now, that during this 5 years, both myself and Dan, we kind of wanted to ensure that we're not manipulating or controlling pricing, making selling pressure or buying pressures any aspect. Because the allegation against myself and Dan were quite personal, as well as with the company, and because of that lie, we didn't want it to signal too much to the community and talk too much about it. And I think there are pros and cons. The pros and cons is that the plaintiff will have limited resource on what he can be bringing in, and there won't be any surprise attacks on ourselves personally, as well as to the company. But the cons around that is that the community feel that the founders are disengaged, and rest assured, you guys, we are the co-founder of the business. We're here. We have been, a long time now. It seems like a long time in the crypto world, to be honest. And the company continued to build. And it is only recently we start to talk about that utility, what we want to bring out. You have seen the partnership that we have announced with Stacker, and you can use Omi to trade. A major part around what else Omi can be used in the VeveVerse and our ecosystem that will be announced coming out. The major part where we talked about land sales years ago was when every other company like Decentraland, Sandbox was selling land. But what we start to realize back then, what we found, it was around that regulatory. If we're going to be in the issue because we're selling a digital land and with an ownership, and does that mean if the company doesn't exist anymore, where's that world going? we just want to make sure we mapped all this out before we launch something that ambitious ourselves, to ensure that the regulatory issues are no longer thinking lens out is a security aspect. Both myself and Dan, we pride ourselves to be working with some of the largest brand, and with these large brand, it come with responsibilities, and they do raise questions. We can't just go out and do certain things, even though it is our company, because we do have that bag behind us with all these brands that we need to ensure that they are being looked after and they're being safe. But saying that, the new administration, especially in the US, has been much more open around digital asset NFT. In fact, they embrace that companies need to build these within the US. So of that light, we are looking at ways to make it more fun. But in Veve, we don't just release items so we can we have it out there. What we really want to do is have a great narrative story. We want to bring those characters that you buy on Veve that gives you that laughter, that fun. And if you're not having fun on it, there's not much point to carry on in anything. So we still try to. Our next mission, very important, is to bring that new audience, how we can go out to that mass market, and then we, for the crypto only holders, we'll come out with some exclusive drops. We definitely will be, and we'll definitely be announcing that utility to purchase items in that VeveVerse. And whether that will be released directly on Veve or it will be released on Stacker, will be announcing that. And one other thing is around that, the Apple and Google, what they allow and not what they accept in crypto, or you try to circumvent them out. It is still quite important that we stick within their guidance. What we don't want is these multinational companies just switch us off when we try to come and update our app. So that's a key part. So yeah, we'll definitely keep you guys posted on with what we have that in development coming, and hopefully, for the audience that's watching and listening out there, we haven't forgotten about you guys. We are here. We want to be more involved, and we hear you. I think a lot of you guys that came to Lisbon that spend the 3-4 day with us.
I think that's good. Basically, he just goes into talking to us and all that. All right, I'm going to pull your back up on the stage here. Let's go remove that. Let's pull you back up here, and we can now talk about it. Sorry, I'm going to get to everyone's comments here. Just give me a second here. I'm going to reset up his thing. I feel like Steve from No Agenda News, because I got to like move things around, except it's worse for him because he's got to do it on just OBS. He doesn't have StreamYard here. It's a little easier for me. All right, there we go. So let's talk about this. When is Randy going to be? He doesn't like me. He's not going to be on the show. He trolled me. Yeah, would rather see David use the token for utility. Would agree on that. All right, let me get caught up here. Sadly, nowadays price drives narrative, not narrative drives price, which is true. It's always just, we all know what we want and know what needs to happen in the market, but it'll be interesting to see how they do it themselves. Hold on, I'm just kind of skipping ahead here. Yeah, most people are over leveraged into OMI. Well, not most, but some. There are definitely some over leverage. God, Tom and Tucson talking about people. Be nice. What's up, Guri? Good to see you from Japan. Very jealous. Wish I could be there. That sounds like a fun thing. Talking about Ben. Ben was very concise and to the point. David kind of opposite. Well, yeah, I think they're just different people, different types of communicators. But yes, for sure. All right. What did you miss? Well, we had we didn't have, but David Yu was on with Randy and Crypto Rain and Dr. Stuff last night, and just release some, information of what I guess they'd like to do. It sounded like it was a footprint and maybe a plan. Some people are saying it's just ideas coming out of David Yu's head. It seemed a little bit more organized to me, I think, but we'll have to see what happens. Disagree. I think Ben did a great job and was very well liked. What did I miss? Did I miss something on that? I must have missed somebody saying he didn't do a good job. Sorry, I skipped over some stuff here. There's been a lot in the chat here, but I'm going to keep moving forward, just skipping ahead a little bit. Ace Rig, Ryan's going to see David Yu in Singapore. I guess he's going to be going there. Oh, that would be cool. All right. Kryptoni saying, unpopular opinion, I didn't like him too much. I guess you're talking about Ben. He seemed too serious. I liked Alex better, honestly. Yeah, but Alex was more of a community manager, and Ben was more a CEO, right? That's I think they're two different apples and oranges, I think, but let me know if I'm wrong. We want maybe soon. We feel like we're looking into, we hope, nothing concrete, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't think they're going to do anything concrete on the show until it's ready. But don't you think, because I did a video years ago on how Veve did a horrible job of managing expectations, right? You got to beat expectations. So, make the bar low and then beat it. I feel like Ben coming in, didn't he do that? And didn't they learn? I feel like why they're not going to talk about stuff they're not going to do. They already fell into that trap 4 years ago of promising stuff and not getting it. I mean, what do you think, Masterroni, right? Like, isn't that one thing that they learned was to not promise the stuff they can't do, not even talk about it even?
Yeah. I kind of don't agree with that. Because if you look at even big brands like Apple, like Tesla, they always promise stuff. Like, because that's why I always keep saying when people say, "Oh, they're lying to us, they're scammers, they're lying," but everyone does it. Like, if you look at Tesla, I can give you 1,000 examples. Like Tesla, they promised 500 miles on the Cybertruck, but they delivered way less than that. And and everyone, no one said, "Oh, they're scammers." I mean, someone complained, but it's just normal. So, in my opinion, I think they should keep doing, like, keep pushing stuff. I don't know how to explain. I think that,
But
like,
they're
hyping your company, trying to make
right.
the sales, no? That doesn't
Yeah,
mean
and
necessarily lying. Of course, you have the
you're hyping.
plans. I don't think he lies. Like, basically, like, I don't think David is a liar, but of course, he's just excited about stuff, and some stuff doesn't happen. It happens everywhere. Simple as that.
Right.
People need to
No,
get used to it. We need to
yeah,
be here for the product, and the product is good. That's in my opinion.
and also, like I think what you're kind of saying too, by throwing out the ideas, you kind of feel what people want and don't want. So they're maybe fishing
Exactly, and that.
also.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're fishing and saying, all right, well, I said that they like that. Maybe that's what we focus on. Ben
They
did.
need to choose their words carefully.
Yes, for sure. Absolutely. Because we listen, right? Ben did a great job, tied up loose ends. I completely agree with the community concerns, pushed important projects through, very active with community platforms, interviews, etc. Well, Dan and David dealt with the lawsuit. Yeah, I think it was good. And maybe in the end, that's why they brought him on. And then maybe, we don't know exactly what happened in the end. But the lawsuit's done and now they're running the company. I thought he did a good job. Damn, I like that Akomi hat. Yep, I agree too. Good digital vibes, knows what's up. Sounds like Veve might have needed someone serious for a short bit because things were getting serious, but who knows? Yeah, it does kind of sound like that. I agree. He agrees. Cobra is a guest tonight on Randy's channel. She actually, back in the day, because I did the Cryptoys stuff with Superstar Money. She did something with Superstar Money that I wasn't on. There's a video somewhere back, probably 2 years ago. You'll have to find it. But she went on to talk to them. Facts. They also said price would be lower. Tesla Roadster is like 5 years overdue. So there you go. I guess, kind of agreeing. Tesla
And that's
stock,
a huge scale. It's not like promising small stuff, like not necessarily small, but you know what I mean? Like,
right.
that's a
And it's
different stuff.
hard to like give us what we want, right? Like the way I look at, and I talk about this a lot, when David and Dan started this, did they expect us to blow up like it did, right? Did they expect COVID to come? Did they expect people were going to be kept at home? Did they expect governments were going to give people thousands of dollars to spend and have nothing to do? and looking for stuff to do. And then Veve was there, and then all of a sudden they sold $400 million worth of this stuff. And I think they had all these ideas in their head, and now it really felt like this is never going to end, right? We all felt like it was not going to end, which everything ends. And so they made promises and said things without really thinking it through, because if the money kept on flowing, all that stuff probably would have happened. Now we're back to reality, though. Yeah, Tesla stock is down. Let's see. I trust David more than I do any other company in crypto. His background shows he's a genuine collector and a trustworthy CEO. Yeah, I know a lot of people say David and Dan scammer, Veve scam. I don't see that. I know they've said stuff that didn't happen. I don't agree, or maybe they've shifted. But let me know your opinions. Not everyone agrees with that. Kryptoni should take the CTO position for Veve. I'm all about that. And then Big A saying, I have no issue with what David said. It was pretty good, what they are looking into, and was pointing out nothing was concrete. Absolutely. He wants to have Omi be central to VeveVerse, but never said when or how. Completely agree. And then Vibes is saying 99% of other NFT project companies would have shut down if they dealt with half the things Veve has in the last 5 years. And look, Veve has done, I think, a decent job pushing forward when other companies are unable to. I mean, we know that a lot of these other projects we see, whether it be Fanable or Cryptoys or whatever, these were core Veve people that used Veve and are always looking for something exciting and new to make money on. And so that's why these other projects are doing well. But in the end, Veve has that core group of people. Now, some have left, but the second, and I promise you, the second there's any money to be made, the fudders will come back and will love Veve, the VeveVerse, all of that stuff. And I think it's going to happen. I don't have a time frame. We keep saying we're early. We can say it every year, but I think that time frame we're looking at Gen Zers and all that, 3 to 5 years, looking at 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds, when they're 18 and able to buy this stuff legally. And this is where it's going, especially if they can give us utility, right? Like if they're going to give us utility for these digital items, people like physical stuff. But if our collectibles have more use, like the utility to be able to use them elsewhere than other than just looking at them. So not only are they collectible, they look good, whatever, you can use them in the VeveVerse, but they actually have utility like that Veve gold logo and stuff like that. And the IP start getting involved in that utility. That's where this gets big. And I also think, with what I announced the other day with Rarity X, and I'm going to, even though I don't work with them, I know Mike, and I'm going to keep bringing it up because I think it's a great project. Real world assets is where this is absolutely going. And you kind of got that from David Yu, if you listen to some of the stuff earlier in there. Even they are probably going to get into that world. So I think, tokenizing NFTs and stuff like that is going to be pretty big. Incorrigible Goat Slayer, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Remember, everybody, Phygital HRO didn't make it, and Palm Studios was absolved by Candy, which is now merging into Futureverse. Veve is going to make it in the long run, not financial wise. I completely agree. And he's right. We had the Phygital HRO that didn't make it. By the way, is it too late? I never transitioned my HRO stuff. Is it too late? Do you know?
I have no idea.
Does anyone in chat
I
know
managed to
about
sell most of my stuff before.
Yeah, I wasn't smart enough. I didn't care. I just whatever. It is what it is. It's whatever
I
I
still have
spent
them.
wasn't that.
I have them here.
I have some around here, around
I
me
have a
too.
box
I don't
here
know.
actually.
Yeah, is it unopened or is
And
it open?
there's some of them that are still not scanned.
Oh wow. Yeah, you can't do anything, but some of those you can get
Yeah.
at like dollar stores. So you never know. You never know what you can get. All right, so let's see what Big A's saying. I agree. This will do well in 3 to 5 years. Question is, will it do well when the next leg of bull run comes in a few months, or will anyone heavy into Veve and Omi be sidelined and miss the alt season? Yeah, that's an interesting question, but it can be, because now we've got Omi to NFT, right? Like we've got Stacker, and we had Simon on the other day with Ciente, however we say it. He was on talking about Stacker. And so now that we have that, now that you can actually go and buy this stuff with crypto, yes, but I still think you got to be very careful what you do with Veve, even though I expect them to do well. Nothing's guaranteed, and even though I'm hyped about it, with any of this is of course not financial advice. Always be careful, and I think don't spend more than you can afford. If you can only spend $10 and that's your budget, then spend $10 and work from there and figure out what the best things to buy. If you've got $1,000, do what you could do there. Just be careful. Don't over leverage your stuff for this, especially with some of the stuff that they talk about that we don't know if it's actually going to happen or not. But I'm bullish for sure, but I'm also want to be careful. Keep building. Wait for crypto blow off top. NFT narrative to hit. Promote Veve Omi heavily when that happens, and when most IPs agree to utility, etc. And that I think ties in. NFTs are, I don't know if we're going to call them NFTs in the future, what we're going to call them. Maybe they'll be digital assets, digital collectibles, whatever, real world assets, whatever. They're here. They're not going anywhere. The way we see them, maybe that changes a little bit, but I feel like we're kind of in that like .com bubble right now, with crypto and NFTs. The stuff that survives that's what's going to be huge. That's where this is all going to take off. And businesses are going to realize that they're going to have to do this. If DMVs are going to, use it, stadiums for selling, ticketing, events, this all just makes sense. It just makes sense that it's going to happen. And Gen Zers, who they're going to, obviously they said they're going to market and go after, I think it's going to be huge. I forgot about my HR stuff too. Yeah, Pixel Pudding, good to see you. Yeah, I need to figure that out. If anyone knows when that final ability to get those off, let me know. Pasternak, David made all these deals with high IP. You see him interacting with fans. He's the real deal. I have all the patience in the world for this guy. This tech is brand new. It is. And, they go back to 2017, 2018, so 7-8 years. It's still new. It's still new, especially the NFT aspect. When you had all the manipulation and stuff, there's a lot that they have to claw back to get people's trust. But I think it will be there. Fun under the sun. Good to see you. Do you think we have Nintendo or Pokemon? That should bring in some people. So it depends what we have. I don't think we're getting Pokemon. Do you think we're getting Pokemon? I've given up on that, Masterroni. Do you think we're going to actually get that?
I think we're going to get all the IPs in the world sooner or later.
Fair enough. There you go. Masterroni said it, and he seems very positive. And I can tell you, he doesn't tell me everything he hears at these things, talking to David and stuff. So he may actually have some stuff. I would say, I think we'll get Nintendo. I mean, we got like Assassin's Creed and stuff. What I'd like to see if we got like Nintendo is the thing that I've talked about. I know Casey BMW, Big A and I have talked about it, is that gaming aspect. Give us the freaking Nintendo game. Give us the Street Fighter cartridge. Think about this. I just kind of popped in my head. If we could get the original wrapping of the game, let's say we could get Street Fighter, right? And we could either keep it wrapped and not play the game, or we can unwrap it to play the game. I mean, that could really add a really cool aspect to NFTs and this project. So you could decide to keep yours wrapped to sell later, and it's a digital item, or you could unwrap it and play it in the game. You start doing stuff like that and being able to use them in the VeveVerse. I mean, I think that would be awesome. Lexi Evans saying she loves the pyramids. Yeah, you do a really good job. What do you think about that, Masterroni? Do you like that idea of that gaming aspect, maybe even allowing you not to open it up, so you don't, you keep it sealed like you would in the real world? Is that even even
how DC is doing it with the comics?
Yeah, like you could keep it closed and not read it, or open it up and get to play it.
Of course, I think that's a good idea.
And there'll be people who buy 10, right? 5 to, or 9 to keep sealed and 1 to play. I think that would be great. Let me know what your thoughts are in chat about that. And I can also throw a poll up there if somebody has a good question. NFT is the tech term used. Digital asset, digital collectible is the actual product. Yeah, thanks, Kryptoni. And I don't know if NFTs is going to continue to be a 4-letter word, but I've kind of moved back towards NFTs. But digital assets, digital collecting, I like it. Bubble, what bubble? We've got a lot of these meme coins coming out, and some are making money, some are not. I just think at some point this alt season, and Big A knows better than I do, you'll get a big bump, you'll get your profit, and then they'll go away. and then we're going to see the core stuff like just Bitcoin and Ethereum and stuff with true use, not just meme coins. I could be wrong though. People will probably always try to have some type of meme coin. Just go to HR website, and it was a one-click transfer option to Cole's platform. I believe was a few weeks ago. Yeah, I don't know if you can still do it though. David is a good guy. Veve is digital Marvel comic store. Nothing more, nothing less. Once you know that, you join the game. Well, no, they're more than just a comic store. They're obviously collectibles, obviously stuff with utility. It's more than that, Tom. But I think you still like it. We need a way to showcase mint numbers and a way to click and buy in the VeveVerse.
I found a good way to showcase the VeveVerse.
All right, let's see. You're going to show us now,
like,
right? All right, let's see.
Yeah.
Because I agree with
I posted earlier. I posted earlier. Look at this. It looks exactly how it's in the app. Sorry, it's a bit laggy because I'm streaming.
Oh, no, you're fine. And by the way, that
have you seen this?
No. Oh, that's cool. So you just made it yourself, and you could just do a placard.
Yeah, it looks exactly how it's in the app.
Wow. Does he really have mint 100? Wow.
Oh, you have no idea. It's crazy. It's crazy stuff.
So yeah, that is crazy.
I mean, you can see he has a lot of 111s here. I was just putting them. As 111 here. Well, oopsie.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. It looks like you screenshot and posted the pic at base. That's funny. Yeah, I saw that tweet early. I didn't. Did I? I don't know. Let's see. I'm sorry. Let's see. No. Okay, I was getting an update on something I was working on. It's actually good. Okay, so just real quick, everyone, there is a drop today. Breaking news, everyone, breaking news. My name's Steve.
You're lying.
No, there's no, but there is the drop. There is the Ultraman 3 drop. I thought it was earlier when we were talking about doing the show, Masterroni and I'm like, I exhausted. I had my anniversary yesterday, but I like VeveVerse Live just mostly to get to showcase Masterroni, although we had California Comics on and stuff like that. But I thought the comic was earlier today. It looks like it's coming up here. So we can go over that in just a second if you want to talk about it in chat. I don't know how many people are going to go for it, but let's keep in chat. And let's see what Tom has to say, because Tom is our resident 100 millionaire. He says, and he's got a tie-dye cat. How could you not like that? Meme coins are people working. It doesn't matter what type of project. All cryptos can produce many societal services: currency, banking, markets, paperless record keeping, real estate, insurance, etc. Yes. Yeah. Look, if they want to do that out there, those. My thing is the stuff that doesn't really have utility. Nobody's going to care about it. Once you get stuff that actually has like real utility, meme coins, whatever it is, cryptocurrency, those are what are going to win. This idea that you can just go on and Ponzi scheme, the early adopters of a meme coin make a lot of money, and then 1% make money and the other lose. Eventually people catch on and it doesn't work. You can see that on pump.fun. You can see that on Banker making meme coins. Eventually people catch on. So that's what I mean by there's just this bubble that's going to come and the cream's going to rise to the top. This is just my opinion. I have no clue what I'm talking about. Is there a reason this comic is dropping 2 hours late and costs $15 instead of $6.99? Yeah. So here, let me pull this up. I'm going to take you off for just a second here. Let me hold on here. I'm going to go here and do this. I'm going to pull this up. We'll go pull up the drop. The Ultramans have always been $14.99. So this is not a surprise. What's the surprise is that I can't read and did not realize
because it has a lot of pages. So.
Is that why?
Yeah.
Okay. So here, I'm going to pull this up real quick and then we'll come back to your theme. Let's just quickly take a look at the comic here that we got coming up today from Viz Media. There's that. Let me just adjust this a little bit. This is what sucks, is that I have to readjust everything, just like Steve on Agenda Free News or whatever the heck it's called. All right, there we go. So this is what we've got. We got Ultraman today. This is coming up in about 25 minutes. It is $14.99. Remember last time they just released this, they had that craft. You got airdropped. It wasn't a craft. You got airdropped if you had all three, or if you had 1 and 2, you got dropped something. But yes, this is what's coming out. There's 22 or there's 2,222 of these. Looks like 133 is going to be the first mint, and it's $14.99. So I think that we kind of have a little bit of a gem crunch going on because we don't know what exactly is going on. So people, I don't know if they're going to go for this. I'm not going for this. I've spent a lot of money, and we just had a really good drop yesterday. So I'm looking at spending more on that. What is up, Bitcoin BMW? Is the mobile VeveVerse no longer happening? No, but what I can tell you is there's some stuff going on in the background. So it's going to happen. But Dan, when he was on the show, said that they were going to test it first, and that's what they're working on. So it's not that it is going to happen. It's just they want to beta test it first. Masterroni does an amazing work in the VeveVerse that he does. And by the way, if you're looking for somebody to do something for you in the VeveVerse, I know that right now we were talking about this earlier that you can't invite masters in to build right now. Is it just a glitch with Cavernous? Is that what we're hearing?
Yeah. Basically, I mean, I can show you now, but if you invite a master creator, it just gives you an error. I think they're working on it. Hopefully, in the next few days, they're gonna fix it.
Yeah, they're going to work on it. So he's been unable to work on new stuff. He's working on some older project, but he needs some work, everyone. So look, let's support our master builders. And in my mind, Masterroni's the best out there. He's done some of the biggest projects out there. And so if you need somebody, please give him a contact, or please contact him. And you can find all his information in the description on YouTube. You'll be able to contact him there. Chilling and vibing. What's up, Larry? I'm chilling and vibing here with my mug. I hope you're doing well. Good to have you here. Did you hear the news that, David, you talked about yesterday? Let us know your thoughts. Appreciate that. I hit one of the 40 Falcon boxes on Elmon X yesterday. Just 3 tries. Yeah, I saw that. I think I retweeted.
Me too. I got it from the first try.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Now,
I don't know. I don't know what's the value on that. Though.
I was going to ask you, do you not find out until today or tomorrow?
What do you mean? No, I found out yesterday, a few hours after.
No, the value.
Oh,
the value.
I don't know. I'm the only one on floors. I don't know.
I mean, gotcha.
I'm the only one who's selling it. It's weird. I'm not sure why.
And how much are you selling it for?
It feels like everyone is sell shaming. I was like, why this guy selling? No, I don't know. I put it for
why can't you
0.1.5 ETH. What is that? Like a couple hundred? I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, congrats on that. And Kryptoni's been killing it over there. All tokens have utility of money transfer. Yes, but that's not good. Holy cow. This is 186 pages for real. Where does it say that? Veve's keeping 252 of these, by the way. Yeah, $15 seems a lot, but I mean, this is a new comic, right? And they've got to make money, and that's a lot of pages.
Have you seen the new diorama?
No, I have not.
Bro, it's crazy. They have pictures of the events. So it's a diorama, and on the table, if you zoom in, if you go on the diorama, it has like pictures, real pictures from the party events in the diorama. Really? So there's literally like real people that are embedded in the collectible. It's crazy.
Wait, when is this coming out? When is this?
You can go on the app and click on it. You can see. You can just zoom in, and you can see it. You can show it to people.
Wait. Is it in the market? Is it in the market or?
Well, no, they're gonna drop it on 29th. They announced it. Another Veve diorama.
Is it?
You can.
Let me. So there's a blog. Let me go pull up the blog.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But my recommendation is go on the app and actually check the images.
Oh wow. Okay. Here we go. All right. So I didn't. When is this happening?
29.
Sunday. Oh my lord. And I'm doing Jubilee on Saturday. I'd almost rather do this. Oh no. I think I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. Fudge. All right, diorama here. Wait, isn't this just Blackpink?
No, really.
All right, so we got the dance floor, $20, 1,100. This is going to be for the rare, and then the ultra rare, which is 555, and then the secret rare 222. But where are the people?
You need to go on the collectible. You go in the app. Click on the actual diorama.
So I have to go into this right here.
I don't know. I don't see your screen.
All right, hold on. I'm going to go to. Oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. I never know how to use this. Latest drops. Okay, hold on. I'm on the. this.
App.
Okay, here we go. Isn't this the app?
Yeah, just go scroll right on the right side. After the Jubilee, it should appear.
Oh, you're seeing a delay. Okay, yeah, I've got it here. All right, now I've got it.
Okay.
But I don't see people.
Okay, click on one of them.
Okay, I did.
And then view in 3D or something like that.
Oh, okay. All right. I don't think it's letting me do that on
Use your phone.
I have to, yeah, but then other people can't see it. I was hoping they could see it.
Oh yeah, it's on that table there. It's basically on the table.
Interesting. All right, very cool. All right, I'm gonna try to get that up, or maybe take a picture so I can show.
There's three real life pictures that they took from the party events, and they just
that's cool.
Randomly, yeah, it's pretty cool.
All right, that's kind of cool. All right, I'll have to look into that drop. All right, so for right now though, we do have the Ultraman. Let me get back to chat real quick and see what we got going on. Only people left on Veve are hardcore fans, which is true. I don't see the Grails dropping much lower. Veve won't go to 0 when the fan base is so strong. Yeah, that sounds about right. This looks like the best Ultraman cover so far. All Veve needs is one major event or viral moment, and millionaires will be made, not financial best. I don't disagree. They need like basically a famous star to be like, hey, look at me using this. Look at this AR or whatever. It would get more people interested, and at least a small percentage of those people would come on and adopt the app, especially since they can join for free. Does the Ultraman comic burn after 30 days? That's a good question. I thought everything was supposed to burn after 30 days, but you know what? I don't see the burn after 30 days, which is very interesting. That's a great question. I don't know. Does anyone know? That's actually very good question. I don't think it does. Just keep that in mind. If you're buying this, this does not look like it burns in 30 days. Look who is here. We got Free in the house, the biggest supporter of the channel. Good to have you here, Free, out there camping. Now he is a RV mogul. He just bought another RV. He bought a fifth wheel, and he's got his little stomper, and he's got a place here in Missouri. Good to see you, Free. Tell us a little bit about the trip. Let's go ahead and give him his thinking. I still got to do his song. He's going to fire me. I don't feel like maybe you should go down to a smaller tier, Free. I'm going to try to like get that song done, but I promise you, Free, I'm going to make it up to you, especially with your channel and stuff. I'll make you a bunch of music he's going to do a camping channel. And he likes, I know you like spiders. Do you like snakes? You like snakes, Masterroni?
I like everything. All the creatures.
I'm gonna pull you back. So he is not scared of snakes, unlike me. I'm gonna pull
No,
you
I held a snake before. No problem. It's super fun. I like the adrenaline, man. That's the thing. I just like
I
the
think
adrenaline.
it is for him too, right? Like it could bite you or something. So he camps and all this stuff, and he does pastries. He's a chef, like he can cook, and he handles snakes. So I think he's gonna have a really cool channel. So when he's ready, I'm gonna help him with it. Whether he's a big supporter of the channel or not, he's always been a big supporter, but I'm gonna help him get that off the ground when he's ready. And I'll make him a bunch of music too that he can play in the background. But good to see you, Free. Let us know if you saw what was going on with David Yu last night and some of the announcements. I'd like to hear your opinion. Masterroni is super dope in the VeveVerse. The problem is we ain't Masterroni, and there's only a handful of people that build in there when they can simplify so everyone can do Masterroni type work. Yes, but here's the thing. You could be the first person to have the cool space before they do that and hire Masterroni. He's I'm sure he'd love a job from you, Kryptoni. But yeah, I don't disagree that they need to make it so everyone it's a little bit easier, maybe have AI, but right now we don't have that, and it's still really cool to see these extensive spaces. But he does do great work. I wish Veve had done another Ultraman poster. Hey, they still could, Guri. By the way, what time is it in Japan? I don't even know. I know my friend in China is like 13 hours ahead. Is Japan what, like 12 hours? I don't know. Let me know. I'm curious. I try to collect all the dioramas. I'm interested. You can't view in 3D on PC. Oh, okay. I got to learn how to share from my tablet. That would be better. I think these are genius for VeveVerse noobs like me. They removed it when they changed the website. Yeah, I feel like we did used to be able to do that. Elmon X will melt faces. Remember, I said this. Yeah, well, I mean, and you keep getting legendary stuff and on Candy and all the big stuff on Elmon X, you're going to do well. Let's see. I always make tons of money. So if you buy what I buy, you will be good. Oh, check my DMs. All right, I'm going to check my DMs here. What do we got? Oh, okay. We've got it right here. And these are, all right, here, let's pull, I'm going to pull this up real quick. Can I share this? Hold on. I'm going to remove him. Let's add this to the stage. So here's the picture. Here's one of a dance floor infrared rush. Oh, and he's zoomed in on some Polaroids. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay. All right. So we've got that. Okay, cool. Thank you for sending it. So yeah, that's really cool that they're doing that. I'm viewing the dance floor diorama on the app and I don't see any people in. All right. So I think this is it. I think it's just these pictures right here.
Yeah, just
really
from
cool.
the parties I think it's from New York party. Yeah, from the New York party.
Legend of Drag reposted the stream. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Good to have you here. Let's see. When on with David Yu? Last night he was on with David Yu and Omi is my homie team. So Dr. Stuff and Crypto Rain. So yeah, check it out. We went over basically the alpha or whatever he went over, which just kind of ideas that he wants to do. But I think there's some reality behind it. Other people in here think it's just ideas and not really a plan. So let us know what you think, though. It's only about 45 minutes for the whole thing. I'm going to hire Masterroni to build the pyramids in Sphinx. Let's go on that. You heard it first here. He's going to hire him. Let's give him a
DM me, bro. Let's plan it.
There. Oh, it's on repeat. All right, Kryptoni, go ahead and DM him. And his information's in the description because he definitely would like to set that up because he keeps filling up stuff, but he's got to be let in. So definitely get that locked in. Went. Ultraman does not burn. Thank you, Tucson, for that update. It does not look like it burned. I want to make fun interactive maps in the VeveVerse. Until we have gravity or jumping or any kind of gamification, I'm just chilling. Yeah, well, we haven't got any more on those dice, but we were told we were going to get dice. So there's going to be some type of gamification. I still think Dan liked the idea of the video game systems and stuff like that. So who knows? I think we might see some stuff here. It is 11:48. So if you are going for the Ultraman, I don't think you're having any problems getting it. There's 2,222. It is $14.99. If you want, I'll put a poll up real quick. If you're going to go for the Ultraman, so I'm going to do it. Are you going for Ultraman number 3 today? By the way, I feel much better about talking out what I type when I see Steve do it on No Agenda TV. I thought I was the only weirdo, but no, I'm not. I'm I'm a guy. I got to do it. Let's see. Oh, those pictures. Yeah, those pictures that we had. Masterroni, did you mint Thoth mint 20 on Elmon? Is that the one you minted? Oh, you're crackling. Or I don't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Mint 25.
Oh, mint 25. Not bad at all. Let's see. I got almost all the Ultraman stuff. All right, now say something. Oh, you're muted. Now you're muted. Interesting.
What?
That's weird. Yeah,
I'm
it was
still
like
muted?
you were muted. No, now you're not. Now you're okay.
Yeah,
It's
VeveVerse, after a while, it just does something to my MacBook since I bought it. Like the sound was always off. It's weird.
All right, so they need to work on that. If you're watching VV, get that fixed. I'm minting one of these books just to support and gamble. Yeah, I mean, look, if you get that secret rare, but yesterday was with the comic yesterday with the ASM 5. I think it did pretty well. I did not sell my 333 yet, but I will. I think I bought 13 total. I bought an uncommon for 2 gems. So I was pretty happy about that. Man, I got to figure out what I'm going to do tomorrow because I was not planning on covering the drop. Does anyone really want me to cover the drop? I think O'Milly will be covering it. Or here's an idea. Digital Vibes, would you rather cover the drop tomorrow? I mean, you could cover the drop if I'm on too, but like if you want to cover the drop, we can send the traffic there. I don't know if you want to cover it because I'll listen. I have a meeting afterwards. I was planning on trying to snipe it. Tomorrow's going to be the Stitch drop. So I thought I was told Veve Magic was going to be doing it. But I think she's just overall covering the story of it. And so I know there was no like sponsorship or a giveaway that I could get. Drop Vibes or even anyone who wants to do it. Let's see. I got almost all the Ultraman stuff. So you're going to go for today's free? I did put up the poll. Looks like we've got 11 votes and 27% right now. Please vote if you're going to do it. Nice. The photos are on the table and the one on the ground floor. I mean, it's cool to like hide stuff like that, little Easter eggs. I'm minting one of these books, just Sport and Gamble. Oh, I think we saw that. I sold my 3-digit comment and bought the Ultra. Probably a good play. Drop Vibes. The Big Bro wants to see it. He wants to see it. I will buy your 333 for 33 gems. No, I'm not going to sell it for 33 gems. I might sell it for 55. If I can get my money back for the drop, I'd sell it. Otherwise, I think I'm just going to keep it. I think I put it up for 79. Love me some Stitch. Definitely going for it today. So you're going to go for the Ultraman, which is going to drop here in about 9 minutes. I don't think you're going to have any issue getting it, though. Yeah, but Digital Vibes, if you do want to do tomorrow's drop, not that he has to get permission from me. I'm just saying if you're going to do it, then I'm going to let everyone here know that you're going to do it tomorrow, and then I don't have to do it. Unless you want to do it together. I just don't know if I wasn't quite planning on it. So it's actually more preparation than people realize. Yeah, I'll post about it later today if I decide to do it. Okay, so he's not going to make a determination now. Okay, yeah, let me know, though, because that way, if you can decide before, I don't know, like 6 p.m., that way if I've got to set it up. But yeah, if you're going to do it, maybe DM me so I can post it out there. Would be kind of cool. And then I can take the day off and work on my RWA, my real world asset stuff. By the way, I still keep thinking about Ronnie Lido, and I know he left that Tesla deal. Did you hear us talking about that? The real world asset stuff that I went over the other day? I
was there.
Yeah, so the whole here, I'll remove you off for a second. Let me pull up the comic here. That way we'll have it up, and then we'll pull you back up in a second. Yeah, I told Mike at Rarity X about the Tesla idea about like buying some Teslas and fractionalizing them and then starting a business, and he loved the idea. He's like, "Oh my God, that's a great idea." So it's something I think we're going to go over tomorrow and talk about some stuff that could be very interesting, and also talk about Rarity X. They went after OpenSea and they got a settlement, and that was kind of my big announcement. And now they've already, I think, filed. I'm going to find out tomorrow who's next on the docket. People who are not going to, play ball and try to settle. People, especially the real world assets and projects, but for cars, exactly. But the difference between like the real estate, the REITs, and having it this way is I think there'll be less regulation. It's still SEC regulated, but it'll be a little bit different and a little bit easier to implement, I think. So, okay, Ronnie is back. Yeah, so I'm going to talk to him tomorrow about that. See about what it would take. I looked up that Tesla. Supposedly it's only 30,000. Now there's only 2 seats in it. There's no steering wheel, none of that stuff.
I have a feeling it's gonna be again a Veve thing where they announce, where
and then they
a lot
don't
of people,
do it.
a lot of tech people, like I don't know if you know MKBHD, like a lot of people that are into tech, like YouTubers, big people that know tech and how tech evolves. Most of the people said that it's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
Either it's not gonna be 30,000 or it's not gonna happen in, what is it, 2027? Any kind of, if you think about it,
he said 26, I thought.
yeah, it's crazy. Like if he's gonna do it, that's gonna be crazy. But I personally
okay,
don't.
but think about this. Here's another thing. So Amazon's releasing their own car. Have you seen that? I forgot the name of it. So it's $20,000. It has no frills, but I love it. I already told the Cobra because I agreed we can have one nice car and then we got to have one crappy car because I don't care about my car. I don't care about cars anymore. I used to, I don't care. And it starts off as just a truck. It's got like the windows aren't electronic. It's like the old winding electronics. It does have keyless entry. No, like there's no dashboard. You use your own tablet or phone because we all have it. It's kind of like on airplanes. A lot of airplanes like Southwest don't put in screens because why? Everyone has a screen with them. So they save all this money in all these places, and there's not a lot of electronics with it. So there's less points that can fail. So it's going to be starts at 20, and I think you can build it up to an SUV for like 27 or something like that. And super cheap for cars, considering that the average car is 44,000. I think they're going to do well. And I think you can hit that point. And looking at the Tesla car, the fact that it doesn't have a steering wheel or pedals or anything, it just has the 2 seats, and then it has the, tablet in there. There's not much to it. I could see it being able to be done for 30. I think. I don't know. We'll have to see.
I want to save some money to buy one.
To buy the cab?
Yeah, then rent it, right? That's the whole point
Right.
of it, right?
So the idea that Ronnie was talking about was that as a group, because here's the thing, you'd have to maintain it, right? So now imagine we get 1,000 people, right? We get 1,000 people to put in $100, right? That's 100,000. We can buy 3 cars, and then we've got $10,000 to start the business and maintain them. Then it's going to start generating money. Now, of course, we'll have to pay a fee to whoever runs it and everything, but every month everyone could be getting a like a dividend or whatever we end up calling it, whatever it ends up being. So you start off with a fleet of 3, and you can give out, you only have the 1,000 NFTs, the tokenized NFTs, and people can sell it. But the other thing is you could have a plan in there that we all vote on that says, all right, we're going to take a certain amount of money and buy more cars. So then it starts growing. So those NFTs, that first 1,000 people that bought in, now we've got 4 cars generating money, and then 5, and then eventually maybe 100. And there are only 1,000 of those NFTs that started at 100 and are worth, 15, 20,000 a piece, or 50,000, just depending on how big it gets. There's no limit to what it could be. I don't know. It seems really cool. Very interesting idea. Lilo and Stitch, not my vibe, but I'm excited for the diorama. Yeah, that'll be Sunday. And then we got Jubilee on Saturday, which I'm covering. He also said he wants ride fare to start at $420. Like the price, because yeah, that would be a good number, don't you think? I do question his obsession with 69 and 420. He doesn't smoke. It's weird he likes the number so much. I thought he does smoke. Or did we just get to see him smoke once on Rogan?
Once. That was his first time.
That was his first time? I didn't realize that. First and last time. Interesting. When I smoke, it's mostly for my stomach. I've stopped doing as much recreational smoking, but it's still fun. I mean, I get it. But he's so busy. Maybe like I don't like to be in that state of mind when I'm creating stuff where I know a lot of artists and stuff do. But for me, it just makes me not productive at all. Nope, he smoked once. I didn't realize. Oh, he didn't inhale, but he still got some. I can guarantee you that.
When I look at Elon Musk, I kind of see a small David Yu, to be honest.
Yeah. I could see that. Tom says he would like a DAO token, make it Tesla taxi cabs, and I will invest. There you go. Sounds like you're explaining a DAO. Yes. Well, and that's what Tom's saying too. The difference will be, so these Rarity X deals with real world assets. That's what they're kind of into. They actually haven't like launched their platform, but they already have ownership in some of the stuff I can't talk about, but they have ownership in some actually pretty cool stuff. But this would be something different. So I don't know how it would work, right? Like, how does that work? Would it be a DAO? Would Rarity X want to have more control over it? Either way, if it's a business that is running in the background for $100 or $1,000, whatever it ends up being, the people who bought in, if you set the idea up really well, and you start off with your 3 and it grows and it grows and it continues to grow. Nobody's going to want to sell their share in that. But if they do, it's going to be worth a ton because you can actually like quantify the value of it. And that is what is huge. You know, with the collectibles we have on Veve, they're cool. They've got cool mints, or you don't care about the mints, but there's not a lot of utility to them right now. This is why I think real world assets is where everything going. I still think Veve would do so much better. And let me know your thoughts on this, Masterroni, in chat, if they were to back up the comics with a physical comic. Now, of course, with Ultraman today, which just went live, let me know what you got. If you got something, it's not going to work. But you go back to Spider-Man 1 or AF-15, if you were to grab a 2 or a 1.8 or something like that and back the comic that they're selling with a physical, so maybe that physical never gets sold, but it's backed by the physical, like gold and silver, like our US dollar. I mean, don't you think that takes away this idea it's just a worthless JPEG? It's literally now backed by a comic. What do you think?
Well, of course, they probably want to do that, but think about how much money they will need to spend extra. That's the problem.
Yeah, but if people knew that it was going to be backed by this, we know what people will spend on Veve for a collectible that has no real intrinsic value. Now, by adding a $10,000 comic to a comic drop, I think it works out easily. So, for instance, if we're used to $6.99 and now they're going to sell it for 10 gems or 20 gems, but now it's backed by a physical, and maybe even some other physical items you could get for going for the drop. We just need to make the drops themselves more fun, and then the value a better value. That's my opinion. Let me know what you think in chat. Omi should transform to a DAO and let us price things and negotiate with Disney. No, because I don't think that would work well, because I think David does what he does well, right? Like, I don't think we could all just go out and do what he does. I think we need that there, but I do think it would be nice for them to listen to us a little bit more on how to do the drops, because we kind of know what we want and what would work. And that's one of the things I'm talking with Mike at RarityX. Why don't you manage it and launch it in a very safe, no crime city? Well, I mean, the thing is there's a lot to go into the management, but this is what makes that type of tokenization of, let's say, the Tesla cabs. Not all of us have the skills to run a business or want to do that. Like, I mean, with the Tesla, the things that you normally have to deal with, spark plugs, oil changes, things like that. There's maintenance involved, tires and windshield wipers and stuff like that. But do you want to deal with all that stuff? Most people don't want, and that's what this would take care of. But me doing it, I don't know. Let's start with a fleet of 12 Tesla taxis. Well, I'm going to be talking to them. Let's research the city to launch it in. Yeah, I don't think St. Louis would be the city. If I'm correct, Tesla has certain cities like I think it's Scottsdale and other areas that are mapped more, so the whole city could have that, I think. So yes, it'd be interesting. New Tactics, good to see you. Good evening. Hope you're doing well. Good to have you here. Did you get to see David you last night talking to Randy? Curious what everyone was talking about. Outside of Veve or outside of that stream. Let us know if you got to see that. I can get a loan for the investors and we can launch it on the stock market and go nationwide. We could, but I'd rather launch it like this, because this is what would bring people in, right? Launching a tokenized NFT project. And RarityX, they've got some really good connections. I'm doing well. I am doing well. We're here just kind of chilling. I didn't realize the Ultraman was at noon, so I kind of brought this up last minute, but we're just going over David Yu and possibilities and RarityX, who I'm working with. You'll see in my back screen here, just talking about real world assets and stuff like that. Let's call it Tesla taxis. And I got my AI working on the business plan and more. Hey, I'm all ears. I'm all ears. Got a common 665. Damn, missed by 666. That seems to be my luck. That's how it always has. Good, Evan. Good to see you. Why is it 15? So Ultramans have always been 15. I forgot who said it in here. What is it? 100 and some pages? I don't remember what I said. Let's see here. I'm looking back up here. Oh, you're robot now.
Oh, I said that was me who said that probably because it has a lot of pages is more expensive. I think I've heard MC or someone saying that because
It's a lot of
it
pages,
has
and
a
it's a
lot
new
of pages.
comic.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And
And
the IP probably wants more money. There's probably a mixture of a lot of stuff.
yeah, I think though that the thing they're missing is the burning of it. But look, it's their first iteration of this comic, so maybe they don't want. I mean, of this in this from Viz. You know, I guess they don't want to burn it after 30 days, and that's the price they wanted. Oh, Austin, Texas. All right, so there you go. That would be the first place. So there we go. That's where we're going to launch it. Austin, Texas. 1907. Lexi Evans got the uncommon 1907 on that. Good, Evan. Oh, 186 pages. Thanks, Digital Vibe. More digital pages means higher price, I guess. It does and doesn't make sense. Well, it makes sense because it's a new comic, right? Like if this was made 60 years ago and it had 186 pages, it's already been done. They're literally just copying it. But now this is a new comic and they wanted to keep it coming. So I think it kind of makes sense. Category Alex. Oh, is this a link? I'll have to check that out. We got uncommon 202, not too bad. Tucson is sleeping. Let me wake you up. Did that wake you up? Or there we go. There. I just woke him up there. All right. Ace Rig. Move. Good to see you, Ryan. Have a good night. Keep up the good work, Ryan. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, man. We'll be in touch. Good to have you here. So, all right, there's Ultraman. Let me know if anyone else got it. Let's see. Tesla Taxi is a decentralized, fully electric ride hailing service powered by a fleet of Tesla's initial Model 3Y. The project blends the best of green transport, AI, and crypto innovation. Love it. I love it, Tom. That sounds good to me. I love my Veve collection for what it is. They are valuable to me as is. They are standalone, a new collecting category. Tie them to a physical, sure, but I'd never get to touch the physical. Well, that's, you know, in some situations you'll never get to touch the physical. The idea is that people say there's no value, it's worthless, it's just a JPEG. When you back it by a real world asset, it literally has value, right? And then not only does it have real value, it's regulated by the SEC here in the United States. So that to me is a big theme. That takes away the problem that people have with, you know, a lot of the cryptocurrency meme coins and NFT projects out there. They just willy-nilly, there's no regulation. They could be a rug. And Veve is not a rug. I do not think that. And I think Veve is good for what they have. And I think NFTs on their own will do very well. I just don't think that they're going to do as well as real world assets. I think that's where everything's going. It makes complete sense. Just think in your head. Just think about it a little bit in your head, why that would make more sense. Having an asset that's, you know, represented by your share instead of a certificate. You got it represented by an NFT that is easily tradable and has value and maybe even generate income. Ready Player One has no physicals, right? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't think they do. Launching it in Irvine, California, safest U.S. city. Well, there you go. I don't want a house full of stuff, so Veve is awesome for collecting for me. I don't want a house full. Yeah, that I completely agree with. That's one of the hardest parts for me was wrapping my head around Veve and non-physical. So I'm going to pull up your space again, Masterroni. You know, non-physicals. Here, I'm going to make this bigger again. I like it because I don't have space for crap, right? I already have so much crap. The physical part is more of an asset class, right? Like coin collecting, numismatic, or stamps. Like those things go up and down in value, or art. This gives you the ability to own a piece of history without having to curate it and maybe get to visit it. Or maybe it travels and then you can visit it by owning the collectible or NFT. So many possibilities, but I mean, I definitely see that's where it's going. Getting people to wrap their minds around this stuff is the hardest part. And the people with the most money are the pre-boomers and boomers. So we got to get them involved. But I do think that the Gen Zers, getting them involved in this, they are ready for all digital. I think they are. I know my son is for sure. What is up, Wapamus? Good to see you. I've had some decent sales the past 2 weeks on Veve or your like cards and stuff. I know he's been dealing with a lot of cards. Good to see you, Wattmas. Hope you're doing well. Let us know what you've sold. US dollar hasn't been backed by real gold since 1949. Just saying. No, absolutely. We don't. But the reason why it works better in this space than we have to worry, and I don't think we need the dollar. I'm not even saying that I agree or that it would make sense now. You couldn't do it to have the dollar backed by gold and silver. Because it doesn't spur as much investment, because you can't print money, right? Like being able to print money for investment purposes can actually work if it's done right. We just don't do it right. But having assets like this and getting people into NFTs can be hard when they don't see value. But by adding that value, whether it's utility, you can go do an activity, you buy this, go to Disney, get a discount, whatever. It's another bridge like video games. What? No cat sound? You get a cat sound. I'll give it to you right here. I'm just not very funny today. I'm not very funny. What's up, Alejandro? Good to see you, man. I hope you're doing well. Member of the channel. Also a mod. Good to have you here. What's cheap? I don't know. Alejandro, did you get to hear David, you talk last night with Randy, Crypto Rain, and Doctor Stuff? Let me know. Maybe I should try to get Doctor Stuff on this weekend. We keep talking about it. Vehicle lease, 20 Teslas, 600,000 a year. App development infrastructure, 100. Marketing and branding, 50,000. Legal and licensing, 25,000. Insurance, 150,000. Is that all the insurance would be? Now, is that business insurance, like not just like Joe Schmo Progressive? Because there's a different insurance you need for commercial. But yeah, I already like seeing the plan there. Love it, Tom. You can always DM me that stuff, Tom, if you want. I would appreciate it, actually. Full faith and credit is better than backed by gold. Maybe. Finally made it out to Epic Universe today. Lines are not that bad. So my friend Charlie and his wife Jamaria went there when it first opened, and they said that 25% of the rides were down, and it was horrific as far as lines. So send us some pictures. I'd love to see what's going on over there because I heard it's pretty awesome. The whole backed by gold thing was a historical accident anyways. It involves Newton. It costs $1 million to start up. We can get 10,000 people to buy in. I suggest launching a meme coin to get the $1 million. Who is in on this? But okay, but you could do that. And you might do it because, first of all, it's not like Rarity X is going to be the only one who comes up with this idea. Anyone could go out and do this. But this is something that I'm going to be talking to them about, like launching, because I think it's a good idea. I think Ronnie had a really good idea with that. I want to do it. I saw the first part from the Omi is my homie interview. Thought it were some good questions. David clarified why they were so quiet on the Omi token for so long. Yeah, I mean, we kind of knew, right? Like, just whenever there's a lawsuit, you can't talk about things. So it just makes sense. And you know, who knows? Maybe that's why Ben was really brought on. And then, you know, maybe he was supposed to be on longer, but something happened. I don't know. But either way, let's launch it now. Tesla taxi meme token gets launch it, guys. I mean, I do want to launch it, but I'm talking to a guy tomorrow about it, because here's the thing: you got to have trust of the people who are running it. And Rarity X's SEC lawyer, they got a whole team of people. So I think that's a good place to launch it. But you could launch it, and I might buy into it. No, I didn't know he was on there. Yeah, he was on there last night, just talking about like where they're going to market and stuff like that. Let's get a meme coin token with VV people paying up. We can make Omi the official token. See, here's the problem. If we do that, though, they could get rugged. If something like this NFT project, you want to be able to be rugged. We'd have to have a special way to do it, but you want to get rugged. Sold my uncommon Spider-Man number 5, 839 for 48 gems. Wow. And a couple SRs. Comment. How did you get 839? Is that the official date for Timely Comics? I didn't think we actually knew what it was. So 839, August of 1939 is when Marvel came out. Marvel 1, right? That's the release of that. Is that the date why we're using that? But is that officially when Timely Comics started? Was that month? A couple SR Comics on VV, holding the rest of my flawless NBA packs on Panini. They just hit 1,035. Wow. How many did you get, Wapamus, on that? Let's see, Free. I like the idea about real world assets being tied to NFTs. I like the idea of certain things being fractionalized, but not ones that need maintenance. Well, yeah, that's certainly a better idea. Like the right, something where you buy a car and need maintenance, potentially you could lose money, you could get sued and whatever. There's certainly issues with that. But the fact that you could have something generating money for people, even a small group of people, 1,000 people that put in, like I said, 100 gems, 200, 500,000. You know, you put 1,000, you got $1 million. You raise $1 million for this. This is super feasible. And you know, and a company like Rarity X, you could have a panel. You could do it as a DAO where you have people talking, but you can actually have experts that put a real business plan together, like my father, who that's what he does. And you know, you've got a much better idea. Trust me, I'm going to be talking about this more in the upcoming days. There's a lot of stuff with Rarity X that's going to be big beyond these lawsuits. You'll definitely be hearing about them. Too late, there's already a token there. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's what the token can do, right? Or NFT. Still listening, but making chicken cordon bleu. Look at you go out in the wild. See, this is what you should be filming. That should be a YouTube video right there. Nostromo Spaceship Corridor is my favorite diorama. Which one is that? I don't even remember that one. Off topic, did you used to have stomper trucks as a kid? Those were awesome battery powered trucks. I did not, but interesting enough, Free, his little trailer is called a stomper. So I thought that's what you were talking about. You don't have to be concerned as cars are leased. Yeah, that was, you know, that was the other thing, Tom, that I was actually thinking about was instead of buying them, leasing them. So you always have them new. And then actually what you become like Enterprise, which is actually out of St. Louis. I don't know if you have Enterprise where you're at in the UK? Enterprise rent a car? You don't have it. So what a lot of people don't know is not only are they a rental company, but they're also a car sales company. So when they sell their used cars, a lot of the companies like Kia and Hyundai consider them a dealership. So when you buy a car from them, you actually get the full warranty. Whereas like on a Kia or Hyundai, when you sell, if you sell it to somebody, they lose part of the warranty. And so as a dealership, though, you could have these, you could lease these, or you could own them and sell them. So there's a whole bunch of things that you could do with the real world assets stuff. The car works with AI, no people needed. You just need somebody there to be able to answer questions. But yes, mostly AI and stuff like that. Okay, I got 50 grand. Who else can put in money? Well, I told you I'm working on it. We'll get this going. 839 MC1 was released. I wasn't sure myself. I had to go to Grok after I bought it. No, I knew that's when that was released. I just don't know if that's the official start date of Timely Comics, which was in 1939. Been trying to get it. Launching in California. Yeah, no, not St. Louis. It's not getting launched in St. Louis. I could tell you they'd be smart enough not to do that. Denny OC, do remember the RC truck called the Animal? It had retractable claws that came out of the tires with the push of a button. 80s toys were awesome. I do kind of remember that, though. I will answer peopleless. Yeah, you want mostly peopleless, but you still have to have somebody behind the curtains that can answer questions. But you don't need that many. First of all, if you only have 3 cars to start off with, or 10 or whatever it is, that's not going to be that hard. But here's the key, and this is where Mike comes in, because Mike is from, I don't know, I don't want to say famous family, well-known family in the St. Louis area. So he has connections. So I can tell you, trying to get part of those first Tesla cars is not going to be easy, because I think a lot of people are going to have that same idea to bring this to fruition. So we're going to need connections to be able to get on the waiting list and actually be considered to buy first. So I think that's where Rarity X can come in. They'll have the clout that we need. Let's see. Could you actually make a coin that would give you fractionalized ownership in things like high dollar stamps, where the coin price is tied to the price of the stamp? Yes. So, okay. I'm going to take you off for a second. I'm going to bring up Rarity X real quick. And like I said, this is not an actual running website. This is there are some family themes going on, but I'm going to pull this up real quick so Free can see what this does. Just give me a second here. I'm going to pull this up here. So this is Rarity X. And I talked about this the other day. I'll probably be doing more videos too. Let me just fix this real quick here. But the type of stuff that they do, they're going to be doing this coin, this 1907 coin. They're working with a collector. But yes, that's exactly the idea. Coins, collectible cars, art, entertainment, music, luxury watches, sports memorabilia, wine, all that stuff, right? And so that's exactly what they're going to do. You know, they got to bring in the stuff, buy the collectible. So the whole idea, and this is what they're big, they own multiple patents, including the real world asset, fractionalizing these and selling them. But yes, that is exactly right. Free buying the stuff and fractionalizing it. And then the value would be, there'd be multiple ways the value could be, obtained not only through the real world assets, but other ways through rarity of the NFT and demand for the NFT. So it could be more just having access to it. Can someone please make a series of AR Hot Wheel track series in mint cars that perform better as the mint gets lower? That would be funny. That actually sounds pretty cool. Could possibly be the first VeveVerse drop. You know, there was speculation that Cryptoys had Hot Wheels. I don't know. So what they do, what Rarity X does is source, validate, verify, and secure unique and noteworthy tangible and intangible collectibles from around the world. Step 2, these collectibles are split into unique partition property interests, each minted as an NFT that directly represents the real world asset on the blockchain. And this is where SEC comes in. So you can't make this without that type of regulation. Step 3, during a collection exclusive pre-launch, collectors can lock in their stake in premium NFT assets, strategically curating their portfolios with real world asset from the available collectible interest. Step 4, we create a digital twin of the asset to enhance the experience, joy of ownership, and engagement to a Web3 environment. And step 5, seamlessly buy, sell, and trade NFT interest in both digital and physical collectibles from anywhere, giving collectors effortless control over their holdings. So that's it. Compliant, insured, leverage-free, core family of patents, custodian, collectible grade. So that's the whole idea, is to be able to do that free on Rarity X and stuff like that. But I just think this is where things are going. I really do believe that. Let's see. You sound like you were complicating things. AI said to get rid of you. Probably. AI would be smart. Race for virtual pink slips that represent a portion of MCP. I feel like Dan was talking about that too. Let's see. I think TomTom actually is rich. He might be. I don't deny the guy can spend money on Veve for sure. Maybe not as much as he said, but he definitely has made some moves that most people can't make. So I'll put a few million OMI into part ownership in NFT of InformMint's car. I don't think you want my car. But you know what? I'd love to see Rarity X team up with Veve. I've talked to them about it. Now the question would be, do they and do Veve even want to do that? Could you, it's pretty fractionalized. Yeah, you could fractionalize the business. That's the whole idea. That's where all this is going. So think of what's the fundraising site? Where every Kickstarter, right? It's like Kickstarter. Except I feel like some of the stuff, it would be better to actually have stuff that's there instead of like trying to invent something. It's actually taking objects and physical items that are there and making them into a business instead of starting fresh. Like that's exactly right. You could literally fractionalize a business, which I love. Breaking news, everyone. Breaking news. Is Cryptoys even still a thing? So Will told me last month to tell everyone, go to their Discord. They're still updating people there. I'm not getting much from them, but they're going to do a relaunch is what the last I've been told. So I'm assuming that's going to happen. All the influencers are still part of the team. Comics and Crypto, Superstar Money, even Chris Coffey and Kyle Wilson, still part of the team. I think Dr. Strange, everyone's still part of it. So we'll have to see. Actually, not pretty. What's not pretty? Cryptoys is dead. I don't think they're dead. I don't recall the last Cryptoys drop. It was Donald Duck, I think. It was a Disney one, I believe. Or maybe it was Pluto. I don't know. I don't know for sure. By the way, if you haven't yet, please hit that like button. A lot of you don't know you're not subscribed. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please take a look and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell if you want to be informed or warned if I'm doing a drop. What do you think about all this Masterroni, all this crazy talk?
I don't know. I didn't pay attention. Sorry.
Oh, that's all right. You sound like my wife. You're supposed to pay attention. That's the whole point. Sorry. You fail.
It's just too much for me. It's too complicated. Sorry.
That's all right. That's all right.
Ask me about VeveVerse stuff.
Yeah. And plus you have to like translate all of this. Totally get it. That was definitely a minute ago then. Yeah, it was it wasn't no. It was like 6-7 months ago, I think. I think so. All right, so let's see, I like Masterroni more now that he ignored all of that. F my life. All right, well, whatever. He's like too complicated. All he heard was like the peanuts, like wah, 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 right? Like there was no real words coming out that whole time. All right, so this is what I got to do. I got to take a 2-second break. Are you able to talk if I move you back onto stage or no?
Probably not. I don't know.
No? Damn it. All right. Well, okay. I got to go use the little boys' room. Do you want me to play a song for 2 seconds, or do you want to talk to chat and I'll be back in 2 minutes? You tell me.
I don't even know what to say.
All right. So you want me to play a song? I'm going to play.
You're good at talking. I don't know. If they ask me a question, I'll probably answer. If not,
here, let me do this. I'm going to play a song, and then when it's back on, you'll know, and then you can talk. I'm just going to do, let's see. I'm going to do the Dan Crothers song. It's almost 2 minutes. I'm going to head out of here. I'll be right back. Just give me a second, and then we'll continue this conversation. I'll be right back here. This is 1:52, so you might have to talk.
Take your time. Take your time.
All right, here we go, everyone. Enjoy.
Yeah, from the blocks to the stocks, coast to coast, Crothers lighting it up. He doing the most. VV on lock, VeveVerse in the sky. Strap in, hold tight, we about to fly. Started from the grind, now we running the globe. Dan Crothers, big boss, heavy hand on the code. Had the brands in his palm, Red Cross, Hasbro. Now it's crypto storms in the blockchain go. Fast grips on the lane, no brakes, no fear. Karaoke nights, spitting fire in your ear. Vision so clear, see the future in the rear. VeveVerse built, pioneers cheer. Marvel to the force, now we flipping the script. Star Wars drops, got collectors in the grip. Disney magic in the vault, make a hater slip. Digital dynasty, Dan captain the ship. Dan on a run, never missing his aim. Crypto by the ton while they chasing the fame. VV in the sun, burning hotter than flame. Crothers the one, better lock in the name. VeveVerse calling, it's a brand new state. Show your red drops, flex heavy, no fake. Hang with the squad, break bread, make steaks. Metaverse dreams that a legend creates. Blueprints tight, got the empire stack. From the garage to the stars, no slipping the track. Blockchain rider, never falling off back. While the old world crumbles, Dan's leading the pack. Full throttle, foot down, never letting it stall. Crothers to the moon, yeah, he answered the call. Revolutions rise when the real ones brawl. VV till the end, got the game in the thrall. Dan on a run, never missing his aim. Crypto by the ton while they chasing the fame. VV in the sun, burning hotter than flame. Crothers the one, better lock in the name.
Level up. I'm back. I saved you. You don't have to say anything, Masterroni. Say something. Just say anything.
Hello. Can you hear me?
I didn't even hear you. I didn't listen to any of that nonsense.
They said Masterroni to CEO. See, Tonton is nice to me. He said that I should be a CEO.
Oh, he'd rather have you as the CEO. Okay, that's fair. Let's see. I just jumped. Let's see. I just jumped back into the stream now, so I don't know what you were talking about. Sorry, that's what I meant. Been a long time since they. Yeah, it's been a long time. It's been a little while at least. Masterroni for VVCO. I'm totally okay for that. He can run everything. Oh my God, TomTom actually said something nice to somebody. Let's go, TomTom. We really appreciate you saying something nice. We're not used to it, so. There we go. And this is to me for my horrible streaming. All right, there we go. Now we're all caught
Blame
back
it on
up.
me. Blame it on me.
Blame it on you. I agree too. Let's see. Denny, see the peeps over at True Media. They're still around, but just building, partnering, and stuff. What did I miss? The peeps over at True Media. What did I miss? Did we say something about True Media? Oh, I missed some stuff here. Or maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. All right. There you go. But yes, they're still out there. Have they not been doing stuff? They've been doing stuff. They just did VV Radio and all of that. Building and partnering and stuff. That's right. They're doing what they got to do. All right. Let me get caught back up here. Let's see. Free partner statues for everyone. I love it. I still have 2 gold tickets and 10 cubes from the very first drop with Star Wars, and that's it. Yeah, I think I've got like 10 golden tickets. I don't have any unopened cubes. I can't do that. But I do have some very rare stuff over there. So we'll see. We'll see if anything happens. Let's get those likes to 30. Yeah, let's get those likes to 30, everyone. Where are we at? 24, 26. We can get 4 more. Digital Vibes. I was just wondering, to be honest, I do like the project and sounded like he has some great ideas. Just know how hard things are overall. Well, Will is a venture capitalist, so he knows what he's doing. I just don't know what's going on in the end with it. But like I said, I got an update from him and got permission to, he said to tell everyone about Discord. So if you want more information, your best place is go to Discord. But as soon as I hear anything, I will keep you updated for sure. All right. Let's see what else we've got. So tomorrow we've got the Stitch drop, which potentially, I know everyone would prefer it, Digital Vibes to cover the drop. Because I don't really want to do it, because I actually thought VV Magic and Steph were going to do it, but I guess I misunderstood things. So he's going to let us know later today. If not, I'll probably do a show. But I'm praying to God. Let's say I do have a small collection on Cryptoys myself. Yeah, and he sent me one of his, a 111. So I was very excited about that. Let me see if they've updated anything. I'm just going to go look at Twitter, see if we have any updates. Wes, are you replying to my retweet? He doesn't like it of Mass Omi. I said getting recognized by Assassin's Creed, and Wes rolled his eyes. Wes, look. I don't know if Wes is still here. Are you still here, Wes? I got to at least try to promote stuff. That's good for everyone. By the way, it looks like Double Quill has her blog out, so I haven't had time to read it, but I'm sure it's good. I'm going to go ahead and put that in here. If you get a chance, give her a follow and look at the blog article. It's usually really good. The #1 rant, letter from the author, number 12. So check that out. Just reshared that. Come on, man. Tucson. It's not Jip Toys. Doesn't come from a bad place. Nothing unopened. LO. No self-custody when it comes to that stuff. LO. No, we did get self-custody. Wait a second. That's how you were able to send me one of the Cryptoys. We do have self-custody. I just don't know where you sell them. I like the idea of Cryptoys project, but 40 per collectible is a bit steep, and only way to collect sets was randomly via blind box. Yeah, didn't they change that, though, on the last run? I thought they had changed it because they were aware of that issue. And, of course, back in the day when you could literally just mint money, right? Like, you'd be like, here's a cuticle clipper. Let's make an NFT of it and sell it for 40, and then you'd get it and you'd sell it for 100. That was easy. So these prices were based on faulty information now. But yeah, they definitely should be cheaper. But I think getting the rights, hopefully what it is the IPs are coming down and what they want from, from companies. When David, you did, I don't know how they came up with prices because they didn't know what was IPs were probably scared, so they're like, we'll sell it, but you got to give us this much money. And then later on, they saw the money they were making, so they're like, yeah, we want this much per drop, and you're going to sell 30,000 of these at $50. Yeah, let's do it. And now they're not going to get that kind of money. So it'll be interesting to see how prices kind of move forward. The BOGO deal didn't make a lot of people happy too. Yeah, then they did the BOGO deal. Bro is retweeting like a clown. Okay, Wes, how should I do it? Let me know what I should do to do it right. Not retweet. All I did, you know what? If I see people out there, I try to retweet people. I mean, I don't get paid on X. I'm not a big X person. I'm just getting, retweeting people. That's it. Is the Cryptoys market up and running still? Yeah, as far as I know, it's still up. I've never sold one thing. I know Big A actually got all his money back. I had one ultra rare, and in fact, I'm supposed to get some airdrop for it, and I don't know if I've gotten any of the ones that I'm due. Dump my Intel stock. Nice little profit. Was that today? I love unopened stuff. Take the guaranteed profit and sell the dream to everyone else. Yeah, I just have a hard time doing it. But as a and you know this too, as a content creator, creating that opening boxes and stuff is kind of fun for people to watch. So that's why I did it though. First stock I owned in over 15 years. Look at that. Check DM on Discord vibes. All right. Where's my DM, Wes? Damn you. Wes doesn't DM me. I don't think he likes me. Let's see. Digital vibes. I wish I had the self-control and mindset. Yeah, I don't have that either. I can't do it. Let's see. I have some good Cryptoys. I hit a legendary Grogu. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Let's see. I never hit a common or uncommon, and I only hit rare. The rest legends. Congrats on that. 90% of blind box are designed for you to lose money, LOL, including Veve, but that's up to the market. And that's one of the things that I was talking to Mike at Rarity X. As I said, the one thing that I have is I know I've got everyone that I know here and through Veve. We can build a drop that makes sense for everyone. Like, look, we know that a company like Veve has to make money, but we also know that sometimes a smaller mint size would do everyone better, a little higher price, a little lower mint size. We can kind of work that out on a drop system. So that's one of the things I want to be talking to him about, is how to come up with a drop that makes sense. But when you add the real world assets, now we actually have a value and it'll be easier to do. Building RC Pro Am. Who's that? I don't know. No, Meant you retweeted that. You got a like from Assassin's Creed. Meant you retweeted that you got a like. I didn't get a like. I retweeted that he got a like, because I certainly did not get a like from it. Yeah, I retweeted Masterroni because I said getting recognized by Assassin's Creed, and then not me. I just thought that was cool. Maybe good for Veve. I don't know. What the hell do I know? Is there a way to turn up Cryptoys currency? Oh, turn Cryptoys currency into dollars. The token? That I don't think so. But you can definitely sell your item and get the money from them, but not their currency. I don't know much about the token. That was supposed to be for the toy market for kids. So I never did any of that. Although I think they dropped me 1,000 tokens, which I can't do any. I mean, nobody's even selling anything for that little. I want to quickly check the market for the comic today. I'm kind of curious how much that was getting. By the way, the Larry the Lobster and Larry the Box, about about $7.60, 70 cents is the value. And yesterday's comic looked like it went up $8.99 on the Ultraman. Common is 13. I don't understand why uncommon gets the shaft. There's a common for 13, uncommon for $8.99, and a secret rare for $736. So I can almost guarantee those are not selling for that. And then yesterday's Amazing Spider-Man number 5. Looks like we're back down actually. $322 for the common. Oh yeah, $322 on that common, and the uncommon is $250. There is auction going for $239, but that'll probably go for a little more. It's a 3 digit. So I think those will go up once they start burning. It looks like 485 for the rare, ultra rares 18 and 185 for that secret rare. So pretty cool if you landed that secret rare, which I did not. Not many great mints, so just looking at those secret rares. All right, let's get back to chat and see what we got going on here. Yeah, I sold He-Man for almost 400 of whatever they give you. I don't know how to turn that into dollars. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think what you could do is you could buy something else with the token and then sell that, but you have to do it in a different place, but you can sell it. Can I take it out in dollars? Not their currency, but you can. I've never done it. Did you ever do cryptoys, Masterroni? I don't think you did. Oh, you have. I forgot. You have to.
No. I think I tried to buy something, but I don't remember what happened. But no.
Okay. I don't remember. Yeah. I don't know what happened.
I like to buy stuff that I can use in AR, you know. That's one of the things.
True. That makes sense. That makes sense. I know they were working on that. So I think their own stuff was, but maybe not some of the other IP. Like I said, they're going to do a relaunch. So we'll see. Spence saying Veve needs to implement more MCP drops. It's like closing Chuck E. Cheese ticket shop when you have all those ticks stacking every day. Not disagreeing. And also saying RC Pro-Am is an NES game. Gotcha. Now I understand a little bit more. Did we get to our 30 on likes? Probably not. Got to 27. So if you haven't liked it yet, please hit the like button. Look like 25% we're going for Ultraman. That really the show wasn't too much about this. 28 votes. Man, I can't believe it's already 12:41. Jeez. Yeah, I don't know. What else? Is there anything else you guys want to talk about? If you have any questions about VeveVerse, Rarity X, whatever, let me know. Hold on, I want to see. Okay, yeah, I got to go read the blog too. Make sure you check out Double Quill's blog. You'll want to check that out for sure. Man, not many views on here. Who else is up right now? Is there anyone actually streaming? Oh, Emilie's on. He's got his thing on. All right, cool. He's up. So is another place to go if you want to. We're gonna wait for Digital Vibes about tomorrow's drop. I'm gonna wait. I think he's gonna consider doing it. So you'll have a place to go to. Of course, I'm sure Omilie will do it too. All right. Let's see. Anything that you want to talk about, Masterroni? I know you're building now. I don't understand why you can't talk while you're in there.
I don't know. If you wait for me to restart my MacBook, then it's probably gonna work.
If you want to, we could do it. I don't know how much longer we're gonna go, but yeah, we can still go for a little bit longer so we can talk to you.
Yeah.
I'll pull up. Yeah, go ahead. I'll pull up the VeveVerse, just my little thing, and then reset it, and then come back on, and then we'll talk about it.
All right, I'll be back.
Perfect. Yeah. So if anyone has any questions, if there's actually something that you want to do, in the VeveVerse, you're having issues, we're gonna go back to Masterroni and talk about that. And if you have any questions about anything else, just let me know in chat while we're waiting for him. You know, Hot Wheels already has NFTs. Yes, but I believe they were supposed to get something. Who did the Hot Wheels NFT? Was that Topps? I forgot. Let's see. I'm gonna go look at them. Hot Wheels NFT, or was it their own project? Oh, okay, yeah, hotwheeling.io, that thing. Okay. And how well did that do? I'm pulling it up right now so we can check it out. So this was unlocking the potential of NFTs. Oh, Wax. Okay, there you go. Wax blockchain technology empowers collectors to buy and trade Hot Wheel NFT Garage Series 3 on Wax marketplaces, trade them with others, and showcase their inventory in social media. The Wax blockchain ensures your Hot Wheel NFT Garage Series 3 are 100% verifiable as authentic. All right. I know nothing about this. Okay, base, rare, premium, showroom, NFTH. How much were these? Let's go check out the packs here. Waiting for oh, I'm not signing up. Just show me. Is it gonna make me? Yeah, I'm not gonna click all these windows. Catalog. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so I see. You know, this is the problem why I kind of like the real world assets. NFTs are great. But there has to be more. I mean, I think like what Veve's doing is great. You just can't have too many companies out there doing it. You need one big marketplace, in my opinion. But I'd like to see, there's that Hot Wheels stuff. All right. Veve diagram drop would have been perfect for MCP. Don't disagree. And that, you know, if you have suggestions like that, go on to the Veve, you know, go into the marketplace and leave that feedback, because I don't disagree. Cryptoys had a NASCAR thing too. No, yeah, they actually do. They said they signed a deal with NASCAR. It was Hot Wheels that I speculated when I interviewed Will, and it seemed like that was possible. Mattel, I have some of the. Okay, so you have some of these. So this was through WAC. So you know, a lot of these companies, the early companies that got involved. FAQs. What is Mattel? What are Hot Wheels? What is viral NFT? It's a non-fungible token. It's a digital asset that represents real world objects like art, music, in-game items, and videos. Having an NFT allows the buyer to own the original item and its built-in authentication, which serves as proof of ownership. Wait a second. Was it a real thing? Non-fungible. It's a digital asset that represents a real world object. Is it? I don't know. I didn't know all this. It serves as proof of ownership. Imagine being the owner of the first ever diecast manufactured from the Hot Wheels Legend Tour winner. Viral can also be redeemed for specific physical products and shipped to your front door. A purchase from the Hot Wheels NFT Garage is the same kind of special, one-of-a-kind collectible. It is still special and rare, even though it is a digital file. Interesting. Okay. What can I see? All right. Well, I don't know. I didn't do this, so I don't know if there was even any was there ever any value in that, Kryptoni? I feel like there wasn't. All right, let's go back to the VeveVerse. But at least we got the VeveVerse, right? We got that. We got stuff coming from Veve. I think we're going to get lots of interesting things. And I do think what David was talking about yesterday, if it actually comes true, would be nice. But who knows? We never know. We're not going to know until the end. We're just waiting for Masterroni to come back on. We'll have him talk a little bit, and then I'm going to head out of here probably around 1 o'clock, unless he's completely dropped out, which is a possibility. But yeah, and then tomorrow is going to be here. Let me pull up. We do have that Stitch drop tomorrow, which I'm not that excited about. What about the Jubilee? Is anyone excited about Jubilee too? So we got, there's just too many of these, like 4,050 between these two, right? And then what is this, 500, 626? All right, let's pull Masterroni back on. All right, you're back. Just going over.
Back in business.
All right, let's see if we can get your thing back up, and then we'll close out. We've got the Stitch. Are you excited about the Jubilee drop? We didn't even talk about that.
Yeah, I'm a huge Marvel fan, so I need it. Have you seen the animations?
I have not. Are they good?
Oh yeah.
Really? She blows a bubble?
1 second, it's a bit lower on the volume.
Yeah, I've not seen these. Is that going to make a difference? I mean, it's basically an evolvable drop, but you don't have to evolve anything, so you don't lose any MC points. So, but it's also blind box, so you're not guaranteed.
The first time they made the secret animated, so I think people would be excited about that. And the animation is pretty cool.
Wait a second, we've had secret rares that were animated in the past.
For the evolvables?
Not for evolvables, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is still an evolvable. This is supposed to be an evolvable, but obviously they are working to make it better, so that's why it's not an evolvable. It's pretty clear that it's supposed to be an evolvable, right?
Right. It was clear that it is. The problem is that it's a blind box, so you could go for 20 of these and get all commons.
Yeah, MC said they're gonna bring the evolvables back, so I assume they're working to make it better.
Okay.
If they make it scarcer, I think it's gonna do very good.
Yeah, Jubilee is Veve looks like. Is this more scarce? So we got 1989, and then we got whatever, 1989, really, 1350, 900, 500, and 250. Wow.
No, it's still a lot. Still too many.
It's still too many. It's still too
With
many.
90 gems, you could get this all of them before, remember? And now you can spend 90 gems and you could barely get anything.
You could barely get anything, or you could get all secret rares. What is up? Majin is here. Majin, we do not have a giveaway. My God. He won another. He won Magic's giveaway.
Because he's a Majin, that's why.
I'm going crazy.
He has that black magic in him.
I'm going crazy. I'm calling the police for cheating. I can't believe it. But congrats on that, Master. How many collectibles have you stolen from Veve? I mean, we're one. I'm at one. How many? Give us the answer in chat. Drop it to the holders. No one is going to buy this one. It's possible they're not going to buy it.
I got 3 collectibles also in the last couple of days.
Oh, really? Yeah. I don't get it. I try here and there. I don't try that hard. It's hard for me to, I do this for whatever 2-3 hours and then it's like I'm done. 250 SR is only he's gonna get one. I don't know, maybe 5 million. I hate you. Unbelievable. I need to just sit out there and get these giveaways. I've got 4 collectibles in the past 2 weeks, plus Brock's airdrops. When Cobra, not for a while. I don't think for a while. That was very special that we got her. I'll get her back on for something. We'll do something.
This bad boy recently.
What is that? Oh, wow. How much did you get that for? Oh, that was dropped to you?
Yeah.
Nice. Congrats on that. You getting good stuff makes me mad.
How do I get one of those soundboards? I want to use the cat.
The cat one? Well, yeah. I took him off. I took it off a CapCut and then I actually did put it on my stupid Stream Deck, but it's not working because I gotta configure it differently. So I just put it on my StreamYard and I put it on here, but I can get the file. I can find the file and give it to you. Cobra, let's freaking go. Congrats, Ronnie and Ronnie, killing it out there, making all the big bucks there. What else do we have got going on? I meant to go look through this. So, all right. So VeveVerse and stuff. What else do you want to talk about before we head out of here?
I don't know. They need to fix my stuff, man, so I can get back to work.
So would you say you're angry?
Yeah, like that.
All right, that's to David. That's to Dan. And let's just
I don't think it's their fault. I think it's cleverness.
Wait, is it Mitch's fault? This is for Mitch. Okay,
Mitch is not even working for them anymore.
Right, because they can't even like invite people. That kind of stinks. Let's see. Jubilee reminds me of Chris Coffey's wife.
What?
Really? That's quite interesting. I don't know. I mean, maybe. I don't know.
To show the animations?
Yeah. Can you pull up the animations? Yeah, let's see them.
Well, I guess I can show you my phone.
Oh, you got to do it on your phone? Oh, yeah, because I can't pull them up on the screen here. Kryptoni's saying 90 artifacts left to mint on Elmon. Comes with a free airdrop and any rarity you get. If not bought, they will randomly
I think the airdrop is if you hold a Tutankhamun also. That's why it says Tutankhamun and the artifact, right, Kryptoni?
Very interesting. I did not know that. Well, we'll have to see. I had not done anything on Elmon X. So, all right, here we go. Can I pull you up big? I'm going to pull up your screen big. So you can just put the camera right up.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to give you the solo layout. Oh, okay, that's cool.
That's the secret rare.
That's a secret rare. All right, so the first secret rare. And is it true that she strips down to her birthday suit or no? No. Whoa, Steve, I can't believe you said that, Masterroni. Breaking news. Breaking news. Breaking news, everyone. Breaking news. Breaking news. There's no breaking news. Sorry, everyone. I got too excited. I got Steve got me excited. I think any 3 of them. Which one is that? Hold on. Let me bring this up. Hold on. Breaking news, everyone. She didn't do anything. Oh, there we
She's
go.
blowing bubbles. Look.
Oh, I thought she was giving me a finger. Oh, wait, she's blowing bubbles.
She's blowing bubble gum. Sorry.
Oh. No, not bubble gum. Bubbles, I think. Is that the bubblegum one? Which one is that? The common?
The uncommon.
Oh, the uncommon. Blow the bubble. She didn't blow the bubble.
I think your bubble is broken.
She didn't do this.
No, actually, I showed you the wrong one. Sorry.
Oh, okay, that's what I thought. Because Bruin would be very happy if he gets a bubble.
Bubblegum bubble, whatever it's called.
I want to see the bubblegum one. All right. Okay. No, that's not the right one, is it? All right, let's see.
Yeah, I don't think you can see it on screen.
Oh, yeah, I don't see it, but you see her lips going out. Maybe she's doing something different. I don't know. Here, I'll take you
It broke
off.
the bubble. I'm pretty sure I saw it the other day.
Oh, like maybe it's a glitch in the Matrix.
Yeah.
She's not blowing a bubble. She's blowing something else.
The bubble is broken, bro.
You were so dirty. You do. I don't like. What were you thinking? I didn't like this.
Yeah, go on. That's fine. Naughty.
Breaking news, everyone. Whoa, watch where you're yeah, and he's like making her magical area get bigger on the screen. What is going on with you? It's craziness. Absolutely craziness. Majin, I do apologize that we don't have a giveaway for you. All right, so VeveVerse, the biggest news is that master builders can't build right now. So, but if you do need somebody to build, Masterroni has a few slots open, but they actually are filling up because everything's now backing up. So you want to get in there. So, oh, what was that? You're a robot. Just do the little echo click thing real quick.
I was just testing.
Oh, yeah, no, now I can't hear you. Veve is dropping a new Superman. He uses X-ray vision to see through Harley Quinn's outfit. Ooh, that would be a win for sure. All right, now say something. You're muted now. Now I can hear you. Now I can hear you. The VeveVerse. It's not perfect.
Yeah, I have 3 clients waiting for me. Literally.
Three clients.
So
I don't have any
clients are watching. I apologize for the inconvenience.
It's not your fault. Whose fault is it? We heard it here. Breaking news, everyone. Breaking news. It's David Yu's fault, straight from Masterroni. I mean, sorry, it's Mitch's fault. It's Mitch's fault. It's only Mitch's fault. Nobody else's fault but Mitch's. And he's no longer here. All right, so what do you have for the rest of the day? What is it? It's 7 o'clock there, right?
Yeah, I need to get ready for soccer.
I was going to say, do you do soccer every day?
No, just Wednesday. I should play more often because my cardio is so bad, but yeah.
Yes.
Gym is not enough. I literally get tired after like 10 and 15 minutes of running. They're like, bro, why are you getting tired? You go to the gym. I was like, gym has nothing to do with cardio. You're just lifting weights.
Well, I mean, I run or jog or whatever, and I feel like I still suck. And then I also lift weights. I mean, you would think soccer would be doing a pretty good job because it's a lot of sprinting.
Yeah, but 20 minutes per week, it's almost nothing.
That's true. That's true. I get that. So basically, you suck.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I got to go call this company and see if I could. They said they might have coupons for this. I'll have to see. There's a whole bunch of stuff out there, though. All right. So you've got soccer today. Are you going for Stitch or tomorrow?
Let's see if I get some gems. Yeah, even though I kind of watched in 3D and it doesn't look as good quality as the old one, but I like it. I'm a huge Stitch fan, so sooner or later I'm definitely gonna buy something from the market.
But you'll probably, I was just saying, you'll probably buy from the market, not from the.
Yeah, I just go for the market always. I'm not a gambler. I don't like gambling.
You don't like gambling? I don't like gambling either. But yet I still do it for TV. It looks good on stream when Veve screws me every time.
Still need to watch the movie. I haven't seen the movie, even though I'm a huge fan.
Yeah, I doubt I'll watch this movie. I don't think I could handle it. This would make me pretty upset. I just don't like. I'm not a big cartoon fan. I'm just
It's not a cartoon. It's a movie.
Oh, it is a what do they call it? Live action.
Yeah.
This is what I call it. I don't. It's still a fucking cartoon to me. Uncle Rico had clients selling Tupperware. I don't know what that means. What? I don't know. Anyways, all right. So we've got that down. We got VeveVerse Live. Got to come up with something fun for next week. I don't know if I'm going to be doing this drop tomorrow. Hopefully Digital Vibes will come out with something. If he doesn't do it, I might do it. But I'll let you know either way. But if he does it, I will certainly tweet that out so you've got a place to go. I'm sure O'Milly will do it. I know we don't have giveaways this week for this drop. I don't know how well any of these drops this week is going to go, but we just keep waiting for big announcements, and hopefully we're going to get one that really changes everything. But I will say that David Hughes' talk yesterday got me a little bit more excited, even if it wasn't all like a roadmap. I mean, didn't you get excited?
I always get excited when David Hughes speaks.
Right, I do
He's
too.
good at making me excited.
He can,
even though
do
I'm
that.
always taking it with a pinch of salt. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. Yeah, totally, for sure. All right, so there you go. 20 gems, Tom. Are you going to buy them all out? It's just too much.
I'm waiting for Street Fighter. Curious what was the edition size and the price on that.
Yeah, I think that's what, like, everyone's kind of waiting, because if we don't have gems for that, people are going to definitely want that.
I can confirm they look very nice.
There you go. Thanks, Lexi.
You'll be happy.
All right. And what about with Lexi? I'm gonna be happy with Lexi, Stitch, and I need to consolidate things. If we had a good market, there'd be a lot of stuff I would sell to buy a few items. There's a few things that I really want. So yeah. Oh, Napoleon Dynamite movie, Uncle Rico. I do like Napoleon Dynamite. I don't remember everything from that. I watched it probably a couple years ago again. Pretty funny movie. All right. So if you are looking for somebody to build you a really nice VeveVerse place, hopefully they're going to have the system fixed in the next day or so. Definitely check out Masterroni. I've got all the information in the description. Actually, let me pull it off.
I had an interview like the other day with Jan Collects, and I spoke a lot about VeveVerse, more in in-depth stuff. So I'm waiting for that for people to see.
Did he say when that's coming out, or?
I think in a few days he's gonna do the video.
All right, let me put this in here. This is for to be able to contact Masterroni. If you want to go do something, there's also his YouTube channel in the links. Just go into the description, you'll see it. Pass on these drops, running back to comics now. Yeah, that might be a good idea. But there you can get a hold of Masterroni. He's gonna be Jan Collects interviewed him, so we're gonna get
Thank
that.
you. I need some more followers so I can apply for the what is it called? You need 1,500 followers, right? To get
just 1,000. Okay, hold on a second.
Are you sure?
You need why is it not available? Hold on a second here. The link I have is not good. Can you send me your link real quick?
Link of the YouTube channel?
Yeah, you can put it in the private chat, because I'm going to fix it right now in the description. Obviously, it's not working. I don't know why. I that was one that I got off of. I took it off of there, but for some reason, whatever link I have, I guess it's bunk. It's broken. Yeah, so put that in there, and then I'll get that fixed. But either way, you can still use this link right here to get to him. Let's see. You're looking for it? That YouTube link? What's the page?
I sent it to you.
Oh, you did? Oh, you DM'd it. Did you DM it to me?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Okay.
I sure supposed to?
Yeah. No, that's fine. This is fine. Let me open that up. Let me get the link. I don't know why I didn't have that. The right one. So here's his YouTube page link, so you get that. I'm just quickly fix it in the description while I'm talking to you, because I just want to make sure I've got that moving forward. I'll have the right one in there. And anything else? So you've got 2 projects you're waiting on. Is that correct?
3
projects.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let me go. I'm just going to go switch this in here so we have the right information for Masterroni on this video. And then I think we're going to head out of here. This pisses me off that I didn't have the right one in there. All right, here we go. Now we got it. It is a different link. I've got a couple channels. How many followers do you have so far?
Not enough. I need more.
Well, at 500, then you get
35 subscribers.
Oh, okay, let's change that right now. We got to change that for sure. All right, now I'm just making sure this is fixed in here. Oh no, I didn't update it yet. I'm just checking, and then
I need to apply for that. That's why I need more subscribers.
It takes well. Here's the problem: you need 1,000 plus the hours are what you're going to need. That's the harder part, is getting the hours. So it's not just 1,000 you need. You need to get the hours for that. I am subscribed. I guess I'm gonna have to subscribe on another channel. But that works now. It looks better too. You have to get 4,000 hours. So you need 500 and 3,000 hours to get partially monetized, and then you need 1,000.
No, I'm not talking about YouTube. I'm talking about the Veve. What is it called?
The impact. That stuff.
Get the QR code.
Yeah, then you only need 1,000. What are the few collectors that you want to get? Oh, few collectible. Oh, I'm not going to tell you that. If I tell you that, then it will ruin what I want to get. Great work with the VeveVerse Masterroni from Splint.
Appreciate it.
And there you go. Masterroni subbed. He's subbed. I'm gonna have to go back in and sub with my channel. But yeah, if you can, give him a follow. Let's get that up for him, so we can actually get the affiliate code, because I think that'd be good for us. I think a low edition Kid Arcade drop on Veve would be good right now. Yeah, and they've talked about bringing artists on. Also something from, let's say, Ronnie, or we've gotten the stuff from Brock. So it's possible. I think there's a waiting list and a time frame, because Brock had told me that he has a lot of stuff he wants to do on Veve, but they're filled up. All their time frames are kind of filled up now. So if that is the case, there may not be many slots to actually be able to. And Lexi Evans subbed also. Congrats. Thank you for doing that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anything else? Anything else you want to talk about before we head out of here?
Not really. Next time I'll make a list so I don't forget.
Yeah, that's fine. Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'll probably have more stuff, but I had an early shift. I'm super tired. I could probably talk about more stuff, but I'm so tired. My brain is.
Yeah, I get it. I'm kind of tired myself too. I've got a bunch of crap I got to do too. So, all right, everyone. Thank you for showing up. Masterroni, thank you for coming here to do VeveVerse Live. We appreciate everyone hanging out here. Hopefully, Digital Vibes will be doing the drop tomorrow for the Stitch drop. It's possible I'll do it if he doesn't, but it's possible I won't. I don't know, because I think O'Milly, he'll do it. By the way, O'Milly is on if you want to raid him. But I'm going to get out of here. Masterroni, if you want to stay for just 2 seconds so we could talk. And then, but appreciate everyone coming here. I'll be back on Saturday for the Jubilee drop. And probably won't be able to do the Sunday drop, but maybe I'll participate. Really appreciate everyone coming here. Do something nice for somebody. Until next time. Peace.